Call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
1010XL, WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. From the offseason to the postseason, nobody covers the Jaguars like 1010XL. Add an ace to your Tuesday morning.
The third ace in 4 days.
Brunch with a tour.
Tour news, tips, and inside info.
Brought to you by Clearwater Irrigation and Art of Natural Stone.
8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Hello.
Every great call comes to you on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
Just pick up your telephone and dial.
Listen for great phone interviews all day on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
We'll talk on the phone.
On 1010XL.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
I'm Charlie P., and I lost 50 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. Two of my doctors, my general practitioner and my gastroenterologist, both sat me down and had a real heart-to-heart with me that I was not headed in the right direction and said that I need to lose weight. So that's why I thought, now it's time to talk to Awaken 180 because they're going to be the people that are going to be able to help me. And ultimately, my doctor was able to eliminate my diabetic medicine. So I'm off my diabetic medicine and I'm on such a small dosage of my blood pressure medicine that probably the next time I see him, I'll be able to remove that completely as well.
Thanks, Charlie. This is Mike Dempsey. Whether your goal with Awaken 180 is to eliminate medications, improve energy, or increase confidence, I know you'll achieve it with the solution for weight loss. Do what Charlie did, what Matt Hayes, Hacker, and I did. Make the call to Awaken 180 at 844-346-1800 or go online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hold on tight because All Pro Roofing is unleashing some electrifying news. Brace yourselves for instant excitement. Instant roof quotes are here. Simply surf over to their website and hit the Instant Roof Quote tab. Boom! That's your ticket to a lightning-fast estimate. Head over to allproroofingllc.com. Click that Instant Roof Quote tab. What are you waiting for? Click on the Instant Roof Quote tab today at allproroofingllc.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth. Rise and shine. Googans, go time on a Monday morning. Let's get this week kicked off in grand fashion here. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com, of course. Our Mondays also bring the Monday Morning Running Back, and we'll chat with Fred Taylor a little bit later this morning. The Jags had a mini camp over the weekend with the rookies in tow, and one at least interesting veteran in Jarvis Landry. We're going to hit some of those particulars. as we move along this morning, and that includes catching up with some of the dudes that are down there. Doug Peterson and others, as we get some comments on from Mason Smith. We heard from the Jaguars assistant GM. So we'll parse through some of that and some of the other observations and reactions as 1010XL had you blanket coverage down there for at least a part of it moved inside the practice facility down there. So we got some Jaguars talk as we begin to look forward to or continue, I really should say, rather than continue to look forward. I'm pointing towards schedule. It's schedule week, baby. It's a big one for me, all right? Like all you draftniks who look forward to that draft and grinded down the stretch till that night came. Can't wait for the schedule to be released later this week. I'm curious how many primetime games the Jaguars will get. Of course, they'll have those 2 standalone London games, which, ain't exactly primetime, early morning on Sunday often, but nonetheless does give you technically national TV appearances, I guess, although I'm sure they'll stream one of them, ET. You feel me?
Definitely.
You got the Jaguars over there. Let's put them on, Roku. But if you had to guess, good morning, by the way, you would think that we would have learned last summer one thing, if nothing else, and that is that ET and I have way too many hats.
Uh-huh.
So anytime I see my guy come in a new hat, it makes me wonder a little bit if he didn't learn his lesson.
Nope.
You didn't have. Let me see that hat again. Yeah, I like that one. When did that one get added to the repertoire?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, my buddy Eric Yee, he runs his Jocko, and he dropped this off to me.
I mean, you just go from one to the next, man.
Right.
You're just that guy, Eric. But I like that. It's got kind of the script Jaguar across the front, and looking tight in there, looking tight. And by the way, I probably since the long hat summer, I've probably added another 20 this year.
Yeah.
Over the course of the year, here, there, everywhere else, picking up hats. This is how overwhelmed I am by the hat volume. I am a hoarder, man. It's the only thing I hoard. I can't. The box of them, he's still sitting tucked away in the office. It's now spilled over. I'll rifle through it every now and then. And since then, with the hats that I've worn, I've moved back to the bedroom. I've probably got another 30 in the bedroom, stacked high, picking through.
It's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem. It is. Hope everyone enjoyed their Mother's Day out there and had a good Mother's Day weekend. Yesterday was Hicken's birthday. The Mets gave him a little piece of cake late. It'll ruin my weekend, but hey, I mean, I guess it is the guy's birthday.
You got 2 out of 3.
Yeah, if the Mets are going to get 1, it's just the worst way, and you baseball fans feel me, man, the worst way. It's just sudden shock syndrome, man, when they hit that walk-off homer on you in the last inning.
Dang.
When they hit that walk-off, and it's it. There ain't no chance to come back. There's no getting around it. And the guy, you just drives you crazy, and I'll take it just one analytic further, E.T., this might be above your pay grade as a baseball fan, but it makes it I don't know why this is. Hardcore baseball fan, you're going to feel me on this, though. Not only is it a walk-off, it's a walk-off where you had a 1-run lead, so they had a 2-run walk-off. In other words, it's not a tie game and they get a hit. Oh, gosh, the game ends. You got a lead and they hit a walk-off. And then one step worse, to me at least, it's lefty on lefty.
What does that mean?
That's just a left-handed pitcher, a left-handed batter. That's it. It's a tough matchup.
Okay. You normally want lefty against righty?
You want lefty against righty. You want righty against lefty when you can, but because so many more people are right-handed and right-hander against right-hander is a lot more common than lefty against lefty. A left-handed batter doesn't see very many left-handed pitchers. It's just a little bit more difficult, I think. But look, I'll ask Murph. I think he's out middle of the week. He'll join us again on Friday, I believe. Take a note of that. I'll let him give the more professional reason, but I think it just comes down to experience. Opportunity. Left-handed batters just don't face left-handed pitchers a ton. Some, for sure. I mean, there's certain lefties that never leave the lineup. Matt Olson, Freeman, Ohtani, others. But if you just think about baseball in general, the majority of your stars, both pitchers and hitters, are right-handed because you guessed it, the majority. What is the percentage of people that are left-handed? Is it like 11% or is it even less than that? I mean, we're going deep right out of the gates here. Percentage of left-handed people. Here we go. 10%, so I was close. And then you've got, they had a left-handed pitchers in MLB. Percentage of left-handed pitchers in MLB. It looks like about 25%. 29% in 2020, between 25 and 30% lefty. So, yeah, you just don't see it near as much. Anyway, I digress. I've made a long story longer. Yeah, it's a 2-run, walk-off, bottom of the ninth, lefty-on-lefty crime. Just not a good way to close the eyes and go to sleep for the night. So anyway, good for Hick. It was a big weekend for Hicken on his birthday. I'm not going to lie. This little fantasy golf thing we're in, he needed Rory McIlroy to win to take the first half crown and a couple of matchsticks that go along with that, ET, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
That came in for him yesterday as well. Meanwhile, his Knicks got absolutely – it looks like the Knicks have reached that breaking point, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right, they've lost
They hit that wall.
They've lost so many, and Brunson's banged up. He had less than 20 yesterday, so all these streaks that we keep concocting to suit Jalen Brunson's terrific postseason, those all come to an end. I think he only had 18 points. Pacers absolutely blistered him. It was kind of disappointing from the standpoint I was hoping to settle in for some NBA hoops yesterday afternoon, and it's 43-19 before you know it. And I say, okay, well, I'll switch over to the golf. I say, okay, this looks interesting. Xander Schauffele's 13 under, Rory's 11 under. It's a two-man race. No one else is within 5 or 6 shots. And in like half a minute, Rory eagles a hole. He ties. Then he gets 2 birdies. Schauffele makes a bogey. Rory eagles another hole. And I mean, like that, he's up 5. And so the golf that petered out down this stretch, Rory is another story, and it will be a loud one this week. It's major time in golf. The PGA Championship is on the schedule this week, so we'll have an extra special brunch with the tour. Our man Matt Every is up, will be up at the PGA. So I'll call on all my connections inside the business. You're welcome, Googans. And hopefully we can hook up with Matty via the phone. I know he does have broadcast responsibilities, but certainly at some point of the week as we head toward the second major of the year, I guess. Scotty Scheffler's wife have that baby yet, bro?
I don't think the baby dropped yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, we made this a story. This is where the media is silly, right? Media made this a story at the Masters, trying to show some concocted timeline that would see Scotty Scheffler have to leave his round, and we're just, a month later. He may miss it. I don't know. Let's see what we got to go. Okay, she's had the baby, ladies and gentlemen. We have breaking news this morning.
Oh, she dropped.
Scotty Scheffler will play at the PGA Championship after wife Meredith gives birth to their first baby. I don't know if that means she'll be induced this week or if she's had it already. Hold on a second. The baby has been born. Wouldn't it be cool if it was Mother's Day? Maybe it was born yesterday. According to Sports Illustrated golf reporter Bob Herrig, the baby has been born, and as a result, Scheffler will be at the PGA Championship in Valhalla. On Twitter, Herrig wrote, there's been nothing official from Scotty Scheffler, his team, or the tour, but word is he will. If there's nothing official from Scotty Scheffler, his team, or the tour, where does the word come from, you figure? The post continues, but word is he will be at Valhalla for the PGA next week after winning 4 of his last 5 tournaments, including the Masters. He is currently on the Tuesday interview schedule for 3:30. So, yeah, the baby is a fan replied to Herod asking, why are you using a baby-born hashtag when his baby was not born yet? Herod simply replied, because it has. By the way, is it an it or he or she? Can we get some details? Well, that's good. That ups the ante for the PGA. Now, seriously, when we position a dude for his reputation and his legacy, God, what would a Scotty Scheffler win at the PGA mean, E.T.?
Man.
Dude's won 5 of the last 6 tournaments he's in. Don't forget the one that he lost. He missed a putt there at the very end, or he would have gone to a playoff there. But he's won 5 out of 6. But more impressively, the dude wins the Masters. Then he turns around and says, oh, okay, I'm committed. I'll go play Harbor Town. Kind of sleepwalks through the first round. He's way behind. Storms back. Wins it easily. If he now takes, 3-4 weeks off? And then just shows up? I'm sure he's been practicing to a degree, but gosh, not like the grind that you would normally see the top-ranked player in the world put in before a major. He will now show up at Valhalla, where Rory McIlroy, again, after just he flexed this weekend. Rory did. Rory flexed. Maybe Rory heard everyone talking about that little team title shouldn't count towards your total. Remember that narrative?
Yes, sir.
Rory said, okay, all right. Was this one count? He's won like 3 or 4 times now at that golf course. And now on to a major as Rory in search of breaking a real long stretch. I mean, my man hadn't won a major in, 13 years? So that's just part of the golf story. I mentioned the Knicks losing yesterday, but not in the total context of the NBA playoffs. And boy, we saw some champion resolve this weekend. Yeah, from the Denver Nuggets. Air 2 can only do so much. This now looks like Jordan in the early years when he's single-handedly trying to carry the Bulls, but he just doesn't quite have enough yet to beat, the Celtics or then the Pistons. Because Anthony Edwards went absolutely bonkers last night. Shot like 16 of 24 from the field. He had like 45 points. He just did all of the spectacular things you would want. But then there were the Nuggets and the MVP, Jokic. And after dropping the first 2 at home and not looking real good doing it, they've responded and won 2 in a row on the road. One Friday night and then again last night. So that series is tied at 2. They will go back to Denver. Yeah, put me among the group that called the series when it was 2-0. Minnesota was winning by double digits in Denver. But oopsie. That game last night was lost with a crazy sequence at the end of the first half. Minnesota's cut it within 7. There's like 18 seconds to go in the half, ET. Did you see this?
I cut it off.
All right, listen. Minnesota has gotten it back to 7. It's just before the half, right? The Nuggets hit a 3. So they go up 10. So Minnesota's, obviously, they're going to hold the ball for the final shot. And Anthony Edwards is dribbling around, top of the key. There's now 10 seconds, 9 seconds. He gets in traffic. The ball gets lost. Denver releases on the fast break. They score on the fast break with 2.1 seconds left. The clock stops. So now it is a 12-point game. The clock stops. They inbound the ball. They try and throw it to half court. It goes just past half court. And at 1.8 seconds, Jamal Murray catches it, heaves up the half quarter, all net, 16-point game. Like that. Or 8. It went from a 15-point game. It went from 7 to 15 like that. And it was just too much. And Minnesota had a chance in the very end of the game. But they missed. Gobert missed 2 free throws. Somebody else had a miss. Edwards may have missed 1. But had they made those free throws, we would have been in a situation with about 40 seconds to go. They had only been down 4. Instead, Denver made every play that they had to. Jokic was terrific. But then at the end of the game, we got a little chirping going on with Edwards and Jamal Murray. I will say this about Air 2. He looks more defiant than defeated. That's his mentality. All right, okay, whatever. 2-2. We'll see you back in Denver. But the 22-year-old crossed directions with Jamal Murray. Edwards clapped his hands, nodded his head, kept his gaze fixed on the point guard. I just told Isaiah, we love that. Keep talking like that. That's what we like. Well, I loved it. He didn't say nothing back, but I'm pretty sure he heard me. They heard me. You live for that. I topped the 40-point plateau last night, his airness. 16 of 25 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3, 7 of 8 from the line. The rest of the team, 40%, 30%, 57% from the line. And so now it is 2-2 in that one. By the way, the Oklahoma City-Dallas series, terrific too. The West, we could see it. The East, not so much. The Knicks are so banged up. I mean, the big winner here is going to be the Celtics, isn't it? I don't know if the Knicks are going to have enough with the personnel issues and with Brunson foot bothering him. I just don't know if they're enough to beat the Pacers. But I don't know. Every time I think something about these playoffs, the opposite happens. So we shall see. But the big news yesterday, E.T., and I've saved this to end this A block. The big news yesterday, the Atlanta Hawks get the number 1 pick. Couple of observations. E, would you consider me to be a pretty good Atlanta Hawks fan?
I'd say so.
Pretty knowledgeable, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to toot my own horn here. I'm not doing a Hawks podcast as soon as we're off the air. I got a pretty good working knowledge of both the history, the current, and the hopeful future of the Atlanta Hawks. So when I tell you that the Hawks, when I saw I wasn't even watching the lottery, and when I saw the Hawks had the number 1 pick, I had to immediately dive into my phone to double check because your boy here, Super Hawk, I didn't even know the Hawks were in the lottery.
Right.
I mean, we were in the play. I just assumed the Hawks weren't in the lottery. They only had a 3% chance of winning the number 1 overall pick, and so sure as sugar, the Atlanta Hawks get the number 1 overall pick. Why do I say this with frustration? Of course the Hawks get the number 1 pick in a year that there is no number 1 pick.
Right.
Of course we do. Of course the Hawks get the number 1 pick in a year. They got to take some French kid whose best season so far has been 9.6 rebounds. Sure. Awesome. Victor Wembanyama last year. Paolo Banchero in 22. Even Cade Cunningham in 21. Heir to Anthony Edwards in 20. Zion in 19. Those are your last 5 number 1s. No, the Hawks are going to go up and hand in a card, and they're going to bring in 19-year-old Alex Sarr from France. Yeah, that's going to work well. No, I have a feeling somehow the Hawks are going to end up more with a Markelle Fultz or an Anthony Bennett. No, we'll walk out of there with Anthony Bargnani or Kwame Brown. It won't be LeBron. It won't be Kyrie or Anthony Davis. Nah, the Hawks will walk out of that number 1 pick with, Kent Benson. I'm just rattling off, if you haven't figured out. Those are some of the number 1 picks in history. It's been a pretty good run of late. I did the research yesterday after I did the depressing. I haven't looked at an NBA mock draft, E. Oh, wow. I have not paid a lick of attention to the pre-draft conversation around the NBA because I just assumed the Hawks would be picking 12th or 13th or whatever, wherever it is they finished. Who cares pick by who cares franchise. And so yesterday when I learned the Hawks get the pick, I got to dive in and figure out what's going on. And what I found is the barren wasteland, bro. Listen, I like the Klingon kid from UConn. That's great and all, but he's the number 3 pick in the draft. Reed Shepard from Kentucky is the number 4 pick. Dalton Connect. I mean, I like the dude. I'm going to build a team around Dalton Connect. Oh, man, these guys are role players in the NBA. Spot-up shooters. Life changes for a dude like Dalton Connect when he gets to the NBA, and when he puts up that pump fake and drives into the lane, there's like 3 dudes in there. They're between 6'8" and 7 feet. It's a little bit different game than going in and scoring over, Alex Howe of Florida. A little different. Yeah, so that's great. The Hawks got the first pick. They defied odds. There were a 3% chance to get it. And, of course, they get the number 1 pick in a year where there is no number 1. There is no Zion. There is no Wembanyama. There is no Paolo Banchero. There is no Anthony Edwards. Ugh. So Atlanta. I have an idea, E. Maybe they could send the number 1 pick to the Mavs for Luka. This is the drill. It's the Monday morning quarterback. Let's take you down to Jags mini camp. We'll, fill you full of some Jags here on a Monday morning to get your week started. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. You're listening to 1010XL on 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Get your motor running.
Let's go racing.
It's NASCAR's All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro Speedway, Sunday night. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. From Jacksonville's NASCAR station, 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and their price so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with the best prices and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing, and free oil changes with every purchase. You better beat the surge and head to Beaver Toyota St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville for the best car buying experience.
Hi, this is Chelsea from Renewal by Anderson. Now's the time to get your custom windows and doors. Through the month of May, buy 2 windows and our patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. Some restrictions apply. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Go to rbafla.com to book your design consultation today. License number CGC 1527613.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
American Electrical, Northeast Florida's highest-rated electricians, is hiring, and they're looking for people to train for careers. It's not just job training. They're giving you a license that no one can take away from you, training you for jobs that are always in demand and will offer you a peace of mind financially and for the future. Once you know a trade, you'll always be employable. All the details are at American-Electrical.com, and with their American Electrical Academy, if you're selected, you'll learn the electrical trade absolutely free of charge. American Electrical Contractors, powered by professionalism.
Hey, Scarline here. Tired of missing out on the conversation due to hearing loss? At Jacksonville Hearing and Balance, their team of audiologists led by Dr. Douglas Green can help you rediscover the joy of connection. Visit jhbi.org today.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting!
AM or FM, 1010XL AM and 92.5 FM.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, an avocado consultant from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Dave Ortega. Okay, Dave, here's your question. Your house is not bad in the morning, but by the afternoon, your AC can barely keep up, even with the curtains closed. What do you do?
Can I buy a valve?
Not that kind of show, Dave.
Can I spin the wheel?
Yeah, we don't even have a wheel, Dave.
Can I phone a friend? Can I call Bueller?
That's right, Dave. Call Bueller Air and Plumbing to assess your home's airflow and sunlight patterns and let us optimize your air conditioning so that you are cool.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, you gotta get out more, Dave.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm so grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. if you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res. Because right now you get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I am compiling a list of suggestions for the Atlanta Hawks with that number 1 pick, ET. I'll have that when we get to the 10-minute drill. The Hawks defy the odds. Get the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. So, of course, it's a year where the difference between the number 1 prospect and, like, the number 15 prospect is none. Awesome. Talk a little Jags. Talk a little mini camp. We're not even to the part where you can even get misled at this point. These dudes are in shorts and T-shirts, and they're just running around pressing coaches with their work ethic and trying to make, first impressions and do exactly what you're told and follow along. And, it's the beginning of a long process for the young guys. There's, some guys that are a little bit more veteran, and then there's Jarvis Landry. So just what does Jarvis Landry get out of this, right? He hadn't played. And by the way, I speak of this because it's May, E.T. The impact of Jarvis Landry on this football team in this season is minimal. He might be a veteran who could get you a play. Does it win you a game? Does it change the future of your season in any way at all? I would doubt it. But he is a 5-time Pro Bowler, and the fact that he's willing to be here for a rookie minicamp tryout says something about his will to maybe try and return. He's only 30. I say only. He's 31 years old. Could you get a Marvin Jones-type splash out of Jarvis Landry?
That would be big.
Not the same kind of receiver exactly, but ask about his efforts here this weekend. Said it was exciting, a 1-hour unpadded practice inside the Miller Electric Center on Friday. Good to be back out here, be around the structure of football. I'm excited to have fun. I'll let you hear what some of Doug Peterson's comments on Landry coming up. But for his part, again, the 5-time Pro Bowler said he felt good about the practice. I got some cleanup things to do, but for the most part, I feel pretty good. I want to be as clean as possible, be the best teammate that I could possibly be. He was a second rounder by the Dolphins, played 4 years there, and then 4 with the Browns and 1 with the Saints. Called being out of the NFL last year, quote, stressful. I learned a lot about the man, getting healthy, things like that. Spending more time with family kept me grounded. I got a good support system. It's always good to be back out there. 700 career catches, 7,800 yards. A Pro Bowler from 2015 through 2019 every year. Led the NFL in receptions in 2017. Now, understand these dates I'm throwing you are now 6, 7, 8 years in the past. Landry said he discussed a tryout opportunity with several teams. He called the Jags a, quote, good opportunity. Not only that, it's a great football team on the cusp of doing some really great things inside of the division in the league, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity. So keeping tabs on Jarvis Landry, I would assume that as much of what the Jaguars decide at the gates with Jarvis Landry will come from the interaction and the conversations, right? You got to read where the guy is. And I think he's accomplished enough to certainly deserve getting, whatever little vet men signing would keep him a part of the process if that's what Jarvis Landry wants to do. And again, let me emphasize, this is not crucial to the Jaguars. It's at least a big name curiosity as we go through some of this minicamp process, because come on, man, we're not learning anything yet. We won't really learn much in training camp. The coaches will. We will get even more fooled in the preseason, and then the regular season roll around. We'll find out what we got, how much guys have really improved, and how much new guys can really make an impact. All right, so Ethan Wall is the assistant GM. He worked with Trent Baalke in San Francisco and joined the Jaguars. They sent him out to kind of address the state of the roster and the offseason plans as they've progressed. What's the one question that we have, or one of the questions we have, is the no depth at the edge rusher, man. You know, Miles Cole is a rookie 7th rounder. You can't expect anything there. They signed the, you know, kind of a, seems more like a special team. I can't even, what's the kid's name they signed at the other side? Free agent. Smaller name, not a big name player. He did have 1 year where he had 6 sacks. That's driving me nuts. I'm having a brain lock at the moment. Just not a lot of depth for sure. I think it's safe to say not a lot of depth, it would seem, when it comes to the pass rush. Of course, we're not Ethan Wall. Here's the Jags assistant GM. When asked about the depth at the pass, when it comes to getting to the passer.
We've got some guys that are in the hunt, right, that are in the mix to make us better. I think we've added, we added Travis Gibson. We had some guys there. We have some guys that were on the practice squad previously, DJ Coleman types. Yasir Abdullah is playing the Sam spot, which is really kind of an edge rusher too at times. So it's what we want to do is see those guys fight it out and develop, because I think you really need to come up with 4 edge rushers. If you want to play at a Super Bowl level, and finding guys that can affect the quarterback in waves is really key to what we're trying to do. Yeah,
and so to repeat the question, you've done nothing to upgrade the pass rush. I mean, Armstead in the middle. In the middle, that's not, when you talk about upgrading your pass rush, you're never talking about tackles. You're never talking about interior linemen. They can lead to overall, perhaps, more pressure, but that's usually not what you're pointing to. And he just answered our question there. You've added nothing when it comes to getting to the passer. Travis Gibson. What, Yasir Abdullah? We're gonna break out? 7th rounder this year, gonna be terrorizing quarterbacks, is he? I mean, here's hoping. Knock on wood, but good luck with that. We also wonder about the cornerback position. I think it's very fair to say that we, regardless of what you think about Ronald Darby, and we'll hear what they think here in just 1 second, that's a downgrade, man. Darius Williams was our best cornerback a year ago, and he's gone. Darby, a longtime veteran, is in.
He's a starting NFL corner, and he's a starting NFL corner from a good program, and he can still run. He's still a talented guy, and he's a pro in every aspect. So that having him means that we don't have to take a corner that has to start day one.
All right, so we'll see. Listen, part of the problem with Darby's been banged up, man, and that goes to any player, right? I don't care who you draft, who you sign, who you have returning as a starter. Any potential payoff is limited if they don't play 17, or at the very least 15 or 16. How about Mason Smith, the 2nd round pick? Says he's excited to play here in Jacksonville. He's excited to come in with a rookie class. Was asked which NFL guys he tries to model his game after.
I definitely look at bigger body defensive linemen, even one of the guys that I'll have in my room with me, Eric Armstead, man. Just things that he does that I feel like that I could incorporate in my game and take that to the next level, man. And guys like him, Chris Jones, DeForest Buckner, a little bit of Leonard Williams, a little bit of Dexter Lawrence here and there, man. But, just those bigger body interior guys that, could play all 3 downs, all 4 downs, man, and cause havoc.
All right, let's move on to Doug Peterson. That's Mason Smith, who's getting his feet under himself with his first appearance on the field as a Jacksonville Jaguar. I told you about Doug Peterson commenting on Jarvis Landry. He talked about how it came about, and it comes about through the channels and learning the guys interested, and you got a spot here where there could be room for a veteran receiver for sure, but make no mistake, there's one guy out on the field here for this rookie mini camp workout that doesn't belong here, and that's the 5-time Pro Bowler. So it's certainly a little different when it comes to the evaluation for Peterson and his staff.
Not necessarily. We understand, with Jarvis, he's played a ton of football, right? And so we know that, and there's a different expectation, with a guy like Jarvis. But I think more than anything, just kind of seeing where he is physically, mentally. The rookies they don't know anything right now, so it's different. And, we're trying to get them. We won't get them caught up this weekend to where the vets are, but at the same time, this is a great opportunity for them to learn and really, show us how much they can retain in just a short period of time.
All right, so that's the difference on Landry versus the rookies. And he also said that, Brian Thomas Jr. can learn from Jarvis Landry while he is here. It's certainly it's almost having a coach on the field for some of these young receivers. By the way, I was thinking about this. Like, I see Seth Williams. He may be on the list that can't participate. Maybe he did. I don't know. There's like 3 or 4 that because they ended the year on IR, they couldn't participate. But I don't think Seth Williams is one of those guys that we were watching in preseason last year. Remember, Remember Tim Jones, Seth Williams, Elijah Cooks? There were 4 or 5 of these guys. You know what? It's time for Elijah Cooks to go back to the practice squad. And if we get to the end of the preseason like this and Seth Williams has the same preseason he did last, it's time for give him a crack this year then. But again, we'll see what kind of roster spot is there available, what the plans are for Landry and others. Bottom line, if you're a Jaguar fan and you're sitting here in the middle of May and you're, thinking back from 8-3 to 9-8 and the collapse that went on, we did this when we went through both the free agency and the draft, and we check and we ask and the pluses and the minuses, and we wondered, did we improve? And I think we kind of landed on not really, right? Health would improve this team, but the offensive line is the same. Yeah, they're improved at center. The cornerback position, it's got to be until it's proven different. It's a downgrade. You lose Darius Williams out there. It might be the case for safety, although I tend to not think so. Have we gone and gotten a lot better on the defensive line? Have we gotten, are we better at receiver? I mean, no. We lost our leading receiver, and we're expecting a rookie to step right in and replace him. Now, down the road, is that an upgrade or an improvement? Sure, it might be, but is it right now? Doug Peterson, E.T., his final cut, his last comment from the minicamp, just make me feel better, man. Make me feel warm and fuzzy. How have you improved this roster?
I think, number one, we've gotten bigger, right? Just physically bigger, right? With some of the draft picks and undrafted guys, and even some of our players coming back, we've gotten bigger. I think speed, we've gotten a tick faster. Obviously we know Brian's speed as a wide receiver, and some of the DBs now. I mean, we've gotten faster. And then when we put the pads on in July and August, we'll see where we are physically.
All right, so we're heavier. Let's see. We're a quarter inch taller. Improved. How else have we improved the roster? We're a tick faster. Warm, fuzzy. Didn't show up for me during that answer. Not going to lie. Balky. I'm going to reference Balky here in a second. But, Peterson, it continues to be a drumbeat. Every time this guy steps in front of the camera, they're going to ask him about play calling. He continued to defer when asked about it yesterday. Or Friday. We don't play until September. So, I mean, who knows how that's going to shake down. It seems like that's a much bigger deal, but it's certainly, it's not even a distraction. I just think it's probably an annoyance for them by now. And by the way, here's the beauty of the whole thing. You can say one thing and do the exact opposite. Doug Peterson say, no, I'm not calling plays, and then he could call them the whole game. We never know the difference. Or he could say, I'm calling them, and Press could be calling them. It's going to be a combo effort here, gang. Anyone who's just dying to see Doug Peterson and Doug Peterson alone do everything on the offensive side of the football, that's not why he has Press Taylor. So we shall see. It was certainly, again, it was talking point. Also ask about Ryan Nielsen's new defensive scheme, and, then it's back into the coach speak. But he also did the comment, and you can interpret this any way you want, but Trent Baalke this offseason said the team needs to be more physical. What do you think, Doug Peterson?
The physicality part of it, I kind of chuckle when people say be more physical. I mean, we play football. It's a physical sport, right? I mean, it's how we teach our players to maybe you can help him be more physical, just like you can help a quarterback be more accurate, right, with his throw. So it's a matter of just doing it.
Okay, translation real quick. Trent, your GM said you need to be more physical. Peterson, yeah, I chuckle when people say stupid things like that. There's the quick paraphrase. Hey, Doug, your boss says you need to be more physical. Yeah, boy, aren't bosses dumb. So I stretched it just a little bit there. Come back with a football fix. Ugh. Another rough weekend for our Jacksonville Sharks. That and more when we return. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
PGA Championship this week at Valhalla in Louisville. Scotty Scheffler, after the birth of his first child, expected to play in the event. That's according to Sports Illustrated. He's won 4 of his last 5 tournaments, including the Masters, but has been away from the PGA Tour for the birth of his first child. Scotty Scheffler 4-1. Rory McIlroy 10-1. Xander Schauffele and Brooks Koepka 14-1. Jon Rahm 16-1. Zach Eflin on the mound today for Tampa Bay, plus 100 at Fenway against the Red Sox, minus 120. Ronaldo Lopez pitching for the Braves, another 48 home favorite against the Cubs, 8 over at Truist Park. Get your free VSIN subscription right now at VSIN.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Honey! Septic alert, septic alert. Time for a spring septic clean? Contact Duck Duck Rooter today. Just $5.25 to keep your septic alive. For just $525, Duck Duck Rooter will pump out your septic tank, clean your outlet filter, plus send a plumber to your home to provide drain cleaning to your main sewer line. Call now to book 904-862-6769. DuckDuckRooter.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
What makes a Honda certified pre-owned vehicle so special? 182-point inspection, 24/7 roadside assistance, first-year free oil changes, and a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty for carefree driving backed by American Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
Make sure your roof is ready for the next Florida storm by scheduling a free roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting. And right now, get 15% off your roof repairs and replacements, plus flexible financing. This offer expires May 31st and restrictions apply. Ensure peace of mind before the next storm hits. Call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Hey guys, this is David Garrard, and I want to tell you about Clearwater Irrigation. They put my new sprinkler system in my new home at Jack's Beach, and I couldn't be happier. Oh, hey John.
What's up, Dave? You know what this means. You're going to have to sing.
Man, I can't sing.
Then you'll fit right in, buddy. Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers. Hit it, Dave.
And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy Subs and Sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy. And do it today.
Go inside your home team's locker room with Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline.
Check out my blog at 1010XL.com.
So you can catch all the news and nuggets you need to know.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reese Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot.
but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations, and through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not the biggest, so everything we do and carry has to help move us toward that goal. And ultimately, it's the satisfied customers wearing fine quality jewelry that have kept Underwood's in Jacksonville since 1928.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O.
If you want high-quality water throughout your home, call your local water boy. We install equipment to solve any water problem. WaterBoyJAX.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback of horsemanonly.com. We've got Fred Taylor today, Monday morning running back. Got Jaguar talk percolate throughout the offseason. There are some young guys over there that we could very well see on the field. We're just not going to learn any of those answers in the minicamp. More of a get-to-know-you here over the course of the weekend. The Jags will be there's a June mini camp. Things are a little further along there. We'll see them on the field and make some further observations. Again, I have on the text line, it's not my lifetime in Colgers. Travis Gibson had 7 sacks with Shuey as his coach. Okay. And we documented that, right? Gibson had his, I think it was actually 6. It may have been 7. Wasn't that like 3 or 4 years ago? And since then it was like 1.5, 3, 2. Isn't that what we're... So, I guess. I don't know what we've seen. I think we're more likely, if we're going to get some upgrades, they're going to be from a couple of those rookies. You need your second and third rounders to contribute. Too many second and third rounders around these parts that haven't contributed. And if they had, like Fortner, it's been below replacement value. So, there is all that. So the Mets beat the Braves last night in extra innings, or not in extra innings, with a ninth inning walk-off. And look, there's some bad managing this weekend. The Braves won the first 2 games of the series, I think rather easily. I know they took a no-hitter into the last out of the Saturday game. Somehow the headlines were about the Mets breaking up a no-hitter, not the red-hot Braves almost pitching one. But anyway, I digress. But you're pitching your closer, Raciel Iglesias, back-to-back nights in really non-safe situations. And so last night, when you needed your closer, he was unavailable. And A.J. Minter is just a gas can, dude. He's a gas can. A.J. Minter needs to pitch in the 7th inning when there is nothing on the line. He's listen, the A's got this guy, Mason Miller, is out there. The Braves need to throw another package at Oakland, who's become their farm team. And bring him in because Minter has now blown 15 of his last 30 save opportunities. He's blown 3 saves this year, and they all came on home runs. 2 nights in a row, they used Iglesias with a 3 and a 4-run lead, and so they don't have their closer in a game where you actually need him. So just curious managing by Brian Snitker over the weekend. But anyway, the Sharks just got absolutely lambasted. When they went to Frisco, they fell behind 25 points early, ended up losing by about 35. So, listen, if if there's a go time, it'll come now. I believe they have 3 straight home games. I know they have 3 home games in the next 4 weeks or so. So still a good time to get down there and have fun, beat the heat on a Saturday or Friday night with some fast-paced action. But my man Gibson, I know, is searching for answers here. And you're having to do it from both a personnel and a strategy standpoint. So we'll chat with him a little bit later this morning, get you set for the Sharks next. Now we get, like I said, some home games. They've only played, what, 1 at home so far?
Yeah, just one. I feel like, just one.
Is it 1? Yeah.
Oh, it was 2.
Two. Yeah, you missed 1 and you were there for 1.
Right.
I'm also going to I want to get into this conversation with Hick. It has nothing to do with Major League Baseball. And I'm just going to say the sentence now, and then you can digest it, and we'll talk about it. And what made me think this was really, it was watching the Florida baseball game yesterday afternoon early. And Jack Cags, they intentionally walked Jack Caglione, I think, 3 or 4 times Saturday. And then yesterday, with runners on first and second and 2 outs, they intentionally walked Caglione again. And I started thinking about, in all sports, what's the only one where they say you can't play? Sorry, you can't play. I think the intentional walk should be outlawed.
Yeah.
Or, because it's hard to do, you could pitch around him. What do you mean I wasn't trying to walk him? If you intentionally walk, then the next guy's an automatic intentional walk as well. So you can't intentional walk the bases loaded to tell this guy, sorry, dude, you're not allowed to play. Go to first. I say ban the intentional walk. Didn't see that coming this morning, did you? All right, E, fire up the band. We got a football fix. Well, you know those, veteran rush-ins that could really help a football team. There were 4 or 5 of them last year, and we just watched them just go off to other places, often to other contenders. Watched them perform. Clowney had a good year. The guy I wanted all along, Leonard Floyd, the George kid, had a great year. No, we didn't go get those guys for minimum price. Another guy like that had 6.5 sacks last year. Bud Dupree. Nah, we're good. Nothing to see here. Oh, what do you mean we got 30? Oh, we got $34 million and a big hole when it comes to our veteran presence at rush in. But nah, we don't need Bud Dupree. He goes off to the Los Angeles Chargers. The team announced over the weekend. So the 31-year-old, again, a career renaissance year last year, off to. That's another one where the Jags say, nothing to see here. We're good there. We got you. Sad news on the Chargers side. A.J. Smith, the winningest GM in Chargers history, died over the weekend at the age of 75. He'd been battling prostate cancer for 7 years. His son Kyle is the Falcons' assistant general manager. 35-year career in the NFL, from part-time scout all the way up to the GM role. Not exactly like the confidence boost you want as a fan base or maybe even as a player himself, but the word on Drake May, coming out of his first rookie mini camp, the coaches say he, quote, has a lot to work on. Okay now. Meanwhile, another rookie, Bo Nix, had, quote, a pretty good practice. Denver, it looks like, is going to go with a rookie quarterback this year. And for Sean Payton, it took all that money, made some really, big decisions. You're going to expect some results. Meanwhile, they minted Caleb Williams. We knew it all along from the second that they traded Justin Fields. You knew Caleb Williams would be the starter in Chicago. That was officially announced over the weekend. More news and notes as we move through this morning. But that's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks. Go JackSharks.com. We got a home stretch coming up here. And the Julington Creek Golf Club, the best deal in golf. Tee it high and let it fly on the home course. The Julington Creek Golf Club. Hicken, Arrival, and more. Come your way next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Because the expressway doesn't mean the fast way.
Fasten your seatbelt.
The Frangie Show.
Don't look like no expressway to me.
Afternoons on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, FLA, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. And by the way, if you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res, because right now, get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, towel and grow upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do all the outdoor stuff you love to do, hiking, jogging, biking, playing on the beach. Don't go through summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints. You gotta call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 904-274-5522. Serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Again, this is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Again, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Call QC Kinetics now, 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nugget. By tomorrow, the City Council is expected to see a deal between the mayor's office and the Jaguars for a brand new stadium, or at least a renovated stadium. I'm so excited about it. Jacksonville needs the Jaguars, and I applaud both the Jags and the administration for working so hard to get this done. I can't wait to see what comes out of it, but I think it's going to be really good news. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnik family of dealerships. For Military Appreciation Month, Nimnik Buick GMC pauses to honor and express our deepest gratitude to the brave service members and their families who sacrificed so much for our country. Frank Frangie here. As a token of their appreciation, Nimnik Buick GMC is extending a special offer, $1,000 total cash allowance to all military personnel and their families on select new vehicles. So shop online at Nimnik Buick GMC. That's Nimnik, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Oh, that big and broke blind. No worries. I'll just go to fish-hook-repair.com and get these hooked on fish again. Oh, and while I'm on the site, I'll check out the Pro Shop with exclusive fish hook apparel for Jacksonville's coolest anglers. Fish-hook-repair.com. Don't forget the hyphens. It's the place for fishing gear.
Stevie Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things.
We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
Consider a high-quality metal roof from Prime Roofing for your next roof. Their in-house fabricated metal roofs last longer, reduce cooling costs, and are recyclable. If you want a smarter roof, think metal. Think Prime Roofing. Schedule your free estimate at primeroofingfl.com.
Chose C for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. They can transform your backyard with fire pits, pergolas, screen enclosures, and outdoor kitchens. And CSS handles the entire project from start to finish. You dream it, they build it. CSSOutdoor.com.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Jaguars opened up rookie minicamp on Friday. Veteran wideout Jarvis Landry was in attendance and commented on his desire to get back to football.
Yeah, man, just if I could really do it, if I still really want to do it, and pushing myself to those limits. Being out of football last year was very tough.
Florida dropped the finale in extra innings to number 4 ranked Kentucky at home on Sunday afternoon. Florida closes out the regular season with a 3-game series at number 15 Georgia beginning Thursday. In local collegiate sports, JU's baseball comeback bid fell short on Sunday afternoon in the final home matchup of the season, with the Dolphins falling against the Kennesaw State Owls after winning the first 2. UNF Osprey baseball played through 13 innings on the road with North Alabama, but ended the extra inning thriller in a tie due to a travel curfew on Sunday afternoon. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 7:05 and it's 68 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
You know it! Yes, sir! Yeah! Thank you for those late wishes, E. It's coming, it's gone. Unheard of on a Sunday.
Man.
Lost in the Mother's Day shuffle.
You think so?
Yeah. Good to be here on a Monday. Back to normal. Grinding and grooving. Man, what a weekend of sports. Oh, so much. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the wins, the losses. It's what it is with being a sports fan, I guess.
I think your Knicks finally reached their breaking point.
Oh, I don't know.
Might still win this series.
Might. That's probably
the big
about
winner in
as
the
far as we
playoffs is the Celtics. Man, they got lucky. It's just open right up for them.
We just I would have loved to see, but we'll never know.
I mean, the Heat got banged up. Don't forget. The Celtics got a layup in round 1. No Jimmy Butler, no Rozier, or Terry Rozier.
I'm at the point now where,
Gravy.
I just want to win I want to win the Pacers series. Somehow, I don't like them now. I've developed a distaste for them again. It's back. Took a while, but
it happens.
It's when you're a fan, it's just it's natural. You battle a team, you watch. This Tyrese Halliburton, I saw him, Pross, doing the interview after Game 3. He got up like this.
Yeah, here, the overreaction. Here he comes.
2 hands on the steps, coming down the steps.
He's got a back injury. Could have been hurting. I mean, did you say this about Bird when he was laying down on the sideline in the corner of the gym?
Come on. I mean, good God. I mean
that's
Tyrese,
nitpicking a little bit.
He just played the basketball game.
Yeah, and then locks up when he's done.
Yeah.
He tweeting about him and stuff too, Jeff. He don't like Tyree.
I don't like that guy. I don't like him.
I like his outfits too, though.
I think he's legitimately hurt.
What about that outfit?
Nah. That ain't
that was worse than Seinfeld's puffy shirt.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Right, E? We can't sign off on that, can we?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I was correct on that one. But anyway, yeah. So but that's just natural. It develops. They whacked the Knicks, and the Knicks are, they got nobody left, and Hartenstein got hurt yesterday. I mean, it's just every game somebody goes down.
Well, the biggest problem now is that Brunson's at least slowed.
Yeah, he's not the same.
So
he's not the same. So yeah, that's and probably he needs to get every bit out of his athletic ability because of his size. It makes it tough, and he's coming up just a little short on his shots and such.
The Pacers.
We should have stole. If we could have won Game 3, probably could have won. I don't know if we can win. Well, we got 2 at home. And one, I mean, if it goes 7, we got to win the 2 at the Garden. That's what we got to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm not ready. The bigger game is tonight. The Rangers need to win tonight.
This is how despondent I am about the Atlanta Hawks. I'd say this without an ounce of embellishment. I didn't even know they were in the draft lottery.
No?
No.
Well, they had a very small percent. So it was
3%. But I just thought, I don't know, in my mind, they were in that play-in as the playoffs to me.
Yeah.
So I just and part of me said, well, they're putting that play-in so that those type teams don't get the number 1 pick.
Right.
So let's throw another 4 teams in that get out of the lottery talk, and let's really leave the lottery for the terrible teams.
Right.
And so I learned the Hawks have the number 1 pick, and okay, and then I think, well, it's probably somebody else's. I think they've messed it up in that way, and then because I figure the Hawks are picking 12th or 13th.
Mm-hmm.
I've done no. I don't know. The first thing about prospects, we've gone over it a little bit. Remember I did you the top 10 list
Nobody
and
knows
7
who
guys
they
you
are.
never heard?
Yeah.
So it's just the most Atlanta thing, man. They get a number 1 pick in a year where there's no number 1 guy. So the Hawks are going to get stuck. You know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
We're going to get Anthony Bennett, bro. We're going to get Markelle Fultz. We're going to get some nobody who averages 7 points a game in his career and is out of the league in 7 seasons.
Yeah.
It's just so disappointing. By the way,
looks like you're going to take another Frenchman.
Let me tell you how it's gone for the Hawks.
Yeah.
Okay?
And by the way, it may make you keep Trae Young, too.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The Hawks have had the number 1 pick. They've never won the lottery, but they've had the number 1 pick 3 times.
Okay.
Way back in 1952, they took Mark Workman. Mark Workman.
Okay, yeah, that didn't work out too well.
That's to say it, put it mildly.
Yeah.
You see, they took him number 1 overall, and then he went on a tour of Europe with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Okay.
Came back and played 2 years for the Philadelphia Warriors and the Baltimore Bullets. And so the number 1 pick overall, they got, 0 out of him, exactly 0. And then, 1955, they get the number 1 pick again, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
And they get old Dickie Ricketts. You remember Dick Ricketts?
Dick Ricketts.
Dick Ricketts.
No relation to...
Not that I know of.
Dick Trickle.
No.
Okay. We're not going to go down that road again.
We go.
No.
No, Dickie was a number 1 pick by the St. Louis Hawks in 1955.
Mm-hmm.
You would think, he must have been a big part of the Hawks, and you remember it well, their 1957 championship season. But no, it didn't really go like that with old Dickie.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Ricketts, drafted number 1 overall by the Hawks, you see, was also under contract with the Major League Baseball St. Louis Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 years, he began the season with the Hawks. He averaged 8 points and 6 rebounds, and then decided, I'm just going to go ahead and join the Cardinals.
Okay.
So he played for the Hawks for 1 year. Then he played two more years of just, fill-in ball.
Gotcha.
And then one more time they had the number 1 overall pick, Dan. And that was 1975, where they really built for the future by drafting David Thompson, who famously then went to the ABA and on to the. By the way, David Thompson chose the ABA.
Yeah.
Okay. He goes to the ABA, and the next year the ABA joins the NBA. So he doesn't go to Atlanta, so he can get the ABA cash, and then they're under the NBA window again, and of course they've lost them. So the bottom line, I don't need to tell you that the Hawks took. They took Luka, traded for Trae Young. I don't need to tell you they could have had Chris Paul. They took Marvin Williams. I could go on and on and on.
What if they take Bronny?
They are going to – I have a list of suggestions for the number 1 pick. First and foremost, I call the Mavs. Will you give us Luka for the number 1 pick? Caitlin Clark, I would consider drafting her number 1 overall.
Okay.
I would draft Bronny if LeBron signed.
Of course, he's going to sign.
I would. I would call LeBron and say, if we draft Bronny number 1 overall, will you come play for us? I would do that just for 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I would. Would they win? No. Would they have a better chance than they do today? Yeah.
Oof. I'm looking at LeBron James' first Cleveland team that he took to the finals when he was 22. They got swept by the Spurs.
Yeah.
Do you remember those guys?
I remember some of them.
Eric Snow.
Boobie Gibson.
Yeah.
Larry Hughes.
Oof.
Big Z.
Danielle Marshall.
Yeah, you got him.
Yeah.
That's a bad team, man.
Good
gracious, how did they get to the finals?
Right?
That's pretty good thing on LeBron right there, isn't it? Wow. Shannon Brown, Boobie Gibson.
What was the
Drew Gooden, Larry Hughes, Big Z, Anderson Varejao, Damon Jones, Dwayne Jones, Danielle Marshall, Scott Pollard, Eric Snow, David Wesley. Memorable, each and every one of them.
And yet LeBron took smoke because he would drive it into the lane and kick it out to one of those dodo birds to shoot.
Is the most stunning thing of
Big Z was a good player. In fairness, that guy was an all-star every year. And the East must have just been a godforsaken, desolate wasteland. Huh?
Is the most stunning thing of the playoffs so far the Nuggets coming back and winning those two in Minnesota?
I think so. Because the way
Chuck had a message for you last night.
It was the way Minnesota beat them out there.
Yeah.
For me, personally.
Yes.
Okay.
He said, hey, Jeff Prosser from Jacksonville, Florida, who's trying to anoint Anthony Edwards as heir to.
He's anointed.
He said,
he's anointed.
He said the only thing he has in common with Michael Jordan right now is that they're both black.
Yeah, that's silly. That's all that is Barkley being, as he's been his whole life, Jordan's valet, his chauffeur, his fluffer. You know, I mean, that's a ridiculous statement. If you take Michael Jordan and Anthony Edwards at this same stage of their career, and he is at the very worst on pace with what Jordan was, so that's not it's not fair at all to a 22-year-old kid who's carrying his guys on his back. I guess Charles wasn't watching in 86, 87 where Jordan had 63, yet the Bulls weren't good enough to beat the Celtics yet. I guess he wasn't paying attention back then.
Did Edwards have 63 last night?
That doesn't matter, Dan. It's a silly. If you're going to go on the Barkley's right, ain't that, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out with that one. Yeah, we'll revisit that one in
5 years.
No, in 3 days we'll revisit it. How about that? Yeah, we'll revisit it in 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll go 7 at the very least. And again, Jordan, same arc of his career. He wasn't winning championships. It took 7-8 years for him to win a title.
Speaking of the lottery, it was 39 years ago today. Dave DeBuscher sat there with his fingers crossed, and they froze the one envelope so the Knicks could get Patrick Ewing. That would be a great thing if they ever found that out anyway. So that was interesting. You can go down the list here of things that happened this weekend, and we'll talk more about it in the 10-minute drill. But I want to get to our I thought there was something telling. I'm trying to figure this out here with the Jaguars. I'm trying to figure out the end game with this one, and it's the subject of our Dreamfinders Homes poll question of the day. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the PGA Tour, Gators, and Jags. So here it is. Should Doug Peterson call the plays in 2024? And here are your 4 choices. Yes, he's good at it. Yes, it's his offense. No, Press Taylor is fine. No, Doug should take to the other responsibilities. Those are your 4 choices. Yes, he's good at it. Yes, it's his offense. No, Taylor is fine. No, it would allow Doug to do his other responsibilities.
Boy, I need an E could care less.
An E could care less.
That's what I need.
You could care less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
You don't think it matters?
I don't.
Okay. And that's interesting. And that might be right.
I think there's pluses and minuses on both sides.
But it's sure the way that the Jags handle it, thank you, because you give us great fodder for months. You know, we can always bring it up. Hey, I don't know what to talk about. Let's talk about if Doug Peterson should call the plays, because he was asked about it again this weekend. And he said, we got a long time between now and September.
Right. I don't know why that is. And maybe he's literally
like Trevor intimated a couple weeks ago that Press was going to call the plays. So
correct.
I
want to. Press Taylor is the offensive coordinator. He's been in the league for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Guess what? Offensive coordinators, man, they're like starting quarterbacks. They are the first place you go when you're pointing.
Nobody's ever happy with play callers, no matter what. I get that. And when you can't run the ball, it only adds to it. So I get that part as well. I guess the only thing I would say is Doug Peterson better at calling plays than Press Taylor?
I guess my point is this, Dan. If y'all think that Press Taylor's calling his plays, those plays are in there to be used. I bet you the reason that Doug Peterson is so comfortable with Press Taylor is that 90% of the time he's calling the exact same thing.
Maybe.
And so as long as Doug Peterson that other 10% of the time is gatekeeping and making some changes, then I'm fine with it. I think it works.
So you would say no, Taylor is
I
fine,
don't think there's as big a difference between Taylor and Peterson as we can make it out to be when it goes wrong.
E, what do you think? What would you pick? Does it matter to you?
It do.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah, right? I mean, fans, for whatever reason, it's an easy target. It's like the quarterback. You know, you go after the quarterback and you go after the head coach, you go after the play caller. What was that call? How many times have we said that?
Yeah, and by the way,
nobody's ever going to be perfect.
They do that in Kansas City and Buffalo and Cincinnati and everywhere else.
Andy Reid, what is he thinking?
Right.
Anyway, over 600 votes, so it's interesting. We have a lot of traffic on this one. And yes, he's good at it, is 64.3. And yes, it's his offense is 26.2. So the fans would prefer that Doug Peterson call the plays by far. By far.
I mean, how many there's a couple things here. I'm confused.
Okay.
How many coaches in the National Football League call their own plays?
Not many. Sean Payton, maybe.
And how many offensive coordinators don't call plays?
Also, not many.
Right.
The guy in Tennessee is going to call his plays.
Yeah, and usually young guys will try, and after about a year or two, they realize, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. You know what's so funny about this?
Mm-hmm.
Is right down the road, we got the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Where people want Billy Napier to focus on some other things. Maybe we'll get the field goal unit out if he doesn't call plays.
Yeah.
And they have a successful offense relative. I mean, I will remind folks, they were 9th in the SEC. It ain't like they were the Gator offense.
The defense was so bad that the offense was okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's just funny. I mean, I think that sums up play calling, head coaches that call plays, offense coordinators. Here we have a head coach we want to call plays, and in games where they have a head coach they want to stop calling plays.
Well, you can vote at Dan Hicken if you'd like. E will also put it on social. Dreamfinders, everywhere you want to be. We're there. 20-plus Jacksonville communities in the best locations for a limited time on select move-in ready homes. Dreamfinders Homes offering an amazing 3.99% interest rate in year one of your mortgage. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details. It is a big week in Jagland here. Big week. Tomorrow the city council gets the proposal. Everybody will dive into it. The mayor's office and the Jags are, comfortable with releasing everything now, so we'll get a look at that. The schedule comes out later this week. So off the field stuff, it's the schedule comes out with rumors of us going to Detroit on Thanksgiving, which would be a big deal, I think.
I think so, too. If we could get the Detroit game, the 2 London games, I'm sure one of those will be streaming exclusively somewhere. But the 2 London games, the Thanksgiving game, and I'm sure we're going to get one Sunday or Monday nighter.
Okay.
Maybe against the Texans. Yeah. Might be time to showcase our division, or at least a Thursday nighter maybe with the Texans.
No, I think you get a
Monday.
More. Maybe a Monday night.
Maybe get a Monday and a Thursday even. I mean, it's just, we're far from a downtrodden team.
Yeah.
And we do, I do think there's still appeal, but this will be the last year there will be any. That may be overshooting, though. Well, listen, the Londons don't count.
Yeah.
Well, that's a layup for the league. They're not taking your team and putting them in a prime position.
Right.
So how many of those we're going to take Trevor Lawrence and putting him in? How many we're going to take Josh Allen? We're going to take.
Yeah.
Last year they took what? They gave him what? 3 primetime games. Yeah, they were at New Orleans, and then
we had the
at New Orleans.
Ravens,
and then the Bengals,
and the Bengals,
and New Orleans.
Oh, you don't? Yeah, if you're not counting
just the true prime times.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get that many.
Same record, maybe we'll get 2.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get that many. So there was a great for sports fans in the Northeast yesterday. There was a great ploy there, sitting there for you as if you're a Knicks fan and you're up there and it's Mother's Day. All you had to do to your lovely wife is you watch the first quarter and then you get a feel in the second quarter. This ain't the day, and
putting it mildly.
And you go, honey, you know what? You're so special. I don't need to watch any more of this basketball game. Let's go do something. Score some brownie points with the mom. For Mother's Day, that would have been a perfect. She's not paying attention to the game. Really, you're giving up the Knicks for me? Absolutely. But nobody took. See if anybody took advantage of that. All right, we're just warming up. We got Freddie T today, so we'll talk with our running back on the Monday morning running back. So we got that coming up and a whole lot more right here as we get ready to roll on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL from the studios of Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Is your old AC trying to keep up with the Florida heat?
At JTM Comfort Services, they understand the importance of a reliable AC system. That's why they offer financing on qualified repairs and replacements. Don't suffer through another scorching summer. Upgrade now to a new, energy-efficient system. Visit jtmcooling.com to learn more and schedule your consultation. Veteran and family owned.
Your comfort is your name. Call my dad to keep you in the game.
All right, sports fans, Hicken here. Let's talk skin. Me, myself, and I, and Beaches Dermatology, are reminding you all, man, wear that sunscreen, right? Got to wear the sunscreen. Why? Because you're outside all the time in this great state of ours that has and is the Sunshine State. So if you're an active parent hanging in the fields in your boat to fish, you like to chill at the beach, wear sunscreen. Because if you don't, there can be some ramifications, short and long term. Skin cancer is not something you want to deal with. So when grabbing the clubs for your tea time, you're gassing up the boat, you're grabbing the chairs for your kids' game, make sure to bring the screen. And if you have any concerns on your body right now, go see my friends, Doctors Boudreaux and Metz, the best in the business at Beaches Dermatology. By the way, they've been taking care of me for decades now. Give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hacker here, and last week I mentioned the number 60, but it was prefaced with the word almost. Well, here we are 1 week later, and I can now say I've lost over 60 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. Every week, my weight keeps going down and down. Apparently, so does my blood pressure, because earlier this week, my doctor was shocked. My blood pressure is the best it's been in years, and I practically just started Awaken 180. I used to dread going to the doctor. If you're overweight, you know exactly what I mean. Always hearing you need to make changes. You need this med or you need that med. Not anymore. Awaken 180 has flipped the switch on aging for me, and I feel great. Guys, girls, if I can do Awaken 180, if I can succeed with Awaken 180, I guarantee you will too. Choose Jacksonville's choice in weight loss and make the call. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is the sports medicine leader in Northeast Florida. We're proud to be the official sports medicine provider for your hometown teams, including the Jaguars, Sharks, Axemen, and the Jumbo Shrimp. We have the most cutting-edge resources for sports medicine care, including active armor casting, Alter-G anti-gravity treadmills, and highly trained physicians and athletic trainers. JOI is truly where the pros go, and so should you.
Yeah. E to the T here, and the NBA playoffs are heating up, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you'll never miss a shot to cash in or cash out. What MyBookie has to offer? Let me tell you. Early cash outs, daily odds boosts, quick bet settlements, live game lines, and some. All you have to do is head over to MyBookie and use promo code 1010XL. That's right, use promo code 1010XL to get you that special bonus deposit. I'm telling you, MyBookie trying to hook you up. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
If you're a business owner and want to learn about federal, state, or local government contracts, plan to attend a free online webinar May 28th. The Florida Apex Accelerator, in partnership with UNF, provides expert guidance and consultations at no cost. The Apex Accelerator program can make selling to the government less complicated. Attend a free coffee and contracting webinar May 28th. Register at unf.edu/SBDC. Then select Training and Event tab.
We are Jacksonville. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Make sure your roof is ready for the next Florida storm by scheduling a free roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting. And right now, get 15% off your roof repairs and replacements, plus flexible financing. This offer expires May 31st and restrictions apply. Ensure peace of mind before the next storm hits. Call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. Yeah! Yeah! All right, sports concepts and rationalizations. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. E says it's razzle dazzle. E, what are you dazzling them with today, sir?
I'm dazzling them with a pair of voucher tickets to the Jumbo Shrimp to be used at any game this series. This week, them boys taking on Nashville from Tuesday to Sunday. All you got to do is holler at your boy at the end of the 10-minute drill.
I had the opportunity to watch a good amount of Gator baseball this weekend. They are a soul-crushing baseball team. As frustrating as the day is long. So Friday night, they're beating Kentucky all game. They're up 5-1. They're up 8-6 going to the ninth. They get 2 outs in the ninth. Walk, home run. They're down 9-8. They tied in the bottom of the ninth, and they give up like 4 runs. They're like clockwork. They do the same thing every freaking game. And so they end up losing that game. And that's it. You know, it's like they go into the series, I don't know, they're 11-16 now, so they would have been 10-14. And you got to get to 13 or 14 wins. You got to win 2 out of 3 against Kentucky. They're going to win Friday, and they don't. All right? So then Saturday, so I'm done. I'm like, I even put on Twitter, man, I pack up the balls. I don't know what to tell. And you got to be 500 to – and I agree with that, by the way. You got to earn your way into – like I would say this, Florida, LSU, are those teams – 2 of the 64 best teams in the country? Yes, but you got to earn your way, and that's, you're in the SEC. You got to be at least 500 overall. They lose every series. Or you don't get in. Right. So then Saturday, they play their best game of the year. They beat the heck out of Kentucky, 10-1. They pitch well. They hit well. You're like, dadgum, man. Okay.
That was a local kid pitched that day, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, no.
No, the one that
Liam
played.
Peterson. Yeah.
He's the Tampa area?
Clearwater. So then they So then it sets them up for Sunday. Okay, well, if you win Sunday.
I watched some yesterday.
All right, so you got a chance. So Cags pitches his usual Cags game, gives up a couple, 3 runs in 6 innings.
Two unearned.
Yeah, and outfielders run into each other. Ugh. Anyway, they fight back. They tie the game.
And they take a lead.
No, they got to 3-3.
I thought they got ahead 1.
No, they got to 3-3. They were down 3-2, then they hit a home run to tie to 3-3.
7-3,
7-5. And then of course, in the 10th inning, they give up 4 runs, and they get 2 back, but they come up short and they lose. Now, all they have is 3 left with Georgia. They're 11 in, I think, 16. They're done. I mean, they're not going to sweep Georgia, which they really need to do. And it's up in Athens, and it's just so frustrating.
I got to be honest. If Florida did go, they would be bounced for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't deserve to go. So,
this will be the first time under Sully they don't go to a regional.
And it's crazy the timing. You would not have thought that coming off of the season they had and who was coming back. I mean, you're bringing back a team that was in the final that has one of the best players, if not the best player, in all of college baseball. I saw something from the game yesterday, and I don't know. I've been watching baseball for 50 years, Dan, and this never dawned on me. But if you're not going forward, you're just stagnating.
Okay.
I want a rule change in baseball.
All right.
I want the intentional walk to be banned. It's the only move in sport where you tell a competitor, sorry, you can't play. It's the only one. Find a sport where you can go to the other team and say, sorry, you can't play. You don't get your chance. You don't get a turn. Or at the very least, make it more penal. If you intentionally walk, it's a 2-base move.
Oh, dear.
Or if you intentionally walk, the next guy is also an intentional
because Caglione kept getting walked?
No, it's beyond. Well, that's what made me think it.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing if there's first and second and 2 outs and we're putting a guy on? I mean, seriously, though. I mean, what? He doesn't get to play? He doesn't get to match up and compete?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whenever you take competition and you isolate someone and tell them, sorry, you can't compete, that stinks, man.
Yeah.
And it's a week A play put on by week A people on week A teams with week A fortitude. It was week A to walk Barry Bonds. You're a professional pitcher, you week A sissy. Throw to him.
Well, I thought the object is to win the game, though.
And win the game with a rule change. Let's no longer just take the bat out of Starr's hands and let him walk to first base. I don't like it.
All right. Well, anyway, Gators lose 2 out of 3, and they're probably done. Again, they could still sweep Georgia, and they could win a couple in the tournament, and we'll see. Now, on the flip side, FSU lost 2 out of 3 to Pitt, but they're in good shape. JU, it will be in its conference tournament. UNF is still scuffling, trying to get there. UNF got victimized yesterday, or helped out, depends on how you look at it. But there is a travel curfew. You know, when you're certain teams got to certain times where we got to go. We got to get home, you know, and they got that, so their game ended.
How silly is that?
Oh, they won 13. They got, I don't know, but they ended up in a tie yesterday. So as far as that goes, on the softball front, Florida got a very high seed. They won the SEC conference championship for the 6th time.
Number 4 seed.
And they got a 4 seed, which is.
Last time we talked Florida softball, they were getting beat by FSU, you told me.
And that's what turned their season around.
Huh.
It really turned. They got mollywopped by FSU, who's a 15 seed.
Huh.
I will say this: they lost 1 since, but they played all ranked teams. I will say this: Florida has the red carpet roll to Oklahoma City. If they don't get there, they're at home the whole way, and if they win their regional, which has South Alabama, Florida Gulf Coast, and Florida Atlantic, so if they win that, then they get the winner of the Louisiana Regional, who's the 13 seed, Louisiana. And I don't mean to disrespect Louisiana.
And that's to go to the 8?
Yeah.
Well, they should get there the way they're playing.
Correct.
Do they have any local girls this year? I know in the past some of those teams that made runs.
Yeah, the girl, Katie Kistler, is, I believe, from Orange Park, if I'm not mistaken. Nice. So, but yeah, so it's all right there for them. And White Chocolate's daughter hit a couple home runs this weekend. She had a tough first year.
She was the best high school player in the country when they signed her. She was from up Illinois way, I think.
No,
she's down
Orlando.
But no, I think she went to. Is it IMG?
No. Mm-mm. So anyway, she was hitting like 160, but she hit 2 bombs. I mean bombs this year. So anyway, good for them. Interesting though, Texas is the 1 seed. Oklahoma is the 2 seed. Oklahoma, I think, has won 3. No. Have they won 3 in a row? I believe they have. But
at least 2.
Yeah.
But Texas, has beat them this year.
Yeah, but Oklahoma got them in the conference championship.
Did they?
Yeah. So anyway, but they're 2 very good teams. So we'll see how it goes. But that's on the softball front. So that happened as well. And then I also late night Saturday, I also watched. I'm doing a college report here. I also watched the SEC track and field championships because they were in Gainesville. They're in Gainesville. I'm watching them. I got this cute little girl, Parker Valby or something, running the 5,000 meters. She won it huge for Florida. And I thought they were in good shape, but they didn't win. I think LSU won. So at least that's what LSU Jerry told me. So anyway, yeah, that was good stuff. And then golf's coming up. So all kinds of things happening in the college.
Oh, by the way,
yes.
She's had the baby.
She did.
Yeah, Scheffler's wife's had the baby.
She had the baby.
And he will be at the PGA. It's been announced.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that I fell just far enough to get into last place after this week's.
You did.
Brunch. I am in last?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Although this
puts it to the test here,
This will be fun because Scheffler won his last start, Rory's won his last start, and Koepka won his last start.
Okay, yeah. Koepka, the defending PGA champ, don't
yeah,
forget.
so
seems a lot longer than a year ago.
Flex your muscles, big boys. Let's see what everybody's got.
And, I mean, honestly, I can't not pick Scheffler. I don't think he's winning this week. He hasn't played competitively in 4 weeks. He just had a baby. Maybe he will.
He won me after Hill. If you want to leave him, I'll take him right now.
No, I'm not leaving him. I will be snatching him up. You bet.
want him?
Wow, I went all the way back into last.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
He
had Rory.
Well, here's what happens, dude. When we do these elevated, has made the whole brunch with the tour very jinky. Like, it's not accurate because you get it.
Oh, yeah, you
get way more credit for getting a winner than you used to get.
And by the way, it's probably harder to win the smaller ones. You should get more credit because it's harder to win because you don't know, none of the stars are in there.
Yeah.
So, but it'll be interesting. But yeah, that was good fortune for yours truly. I won our little fantasy golf thing. First half segment.
You got
because
that
of
bag?
Rory. Yeah, I came out of nowhere and took the title, which is Bandsy. I'm taking home bands.
Straight bands make them dance.
Oh,
son of a band.
Count them all. I want them all.
Shats.
But anyway, credit to
Give you a
Rory.
lap band.
Rory played great. I mean, he went like 8 under through a stretch, and
that's where the resistible force meets the movable object when
the
it comes
X-Man
to
on
Sunday.
the backside.
Both the two, neither
back
one of
nine.
them have been known for closing of late. But Rory did at least do a little bit of a flex after that.
Rory-
Hey, last week didn't count.
Rory went out and won it, too,
Yeah.
to his
Yeah.
credit. I
Yeah.
mean, he was
He made
like,
a lot
all
of
right,
good
I'm
shots.
down 1 here at 9.
Yeah.
I'm about to flip this thing.
And Shoffley's just Xander Schauffele, that beady-eyed little so-and-so may be my least favorite golfer in a long time.
I don't know
because,
why.
well, I'll tell you why, Dan. You don't pay attention like I do. This guy takes a whiz and moans about money all the time, man. How unfair. And he doesn't trust Jay Monahan and the PGA this. You little choking dog. Nice job yesterday. I bet you that 2.6 that you got is plenty of money for your choking little self. So I can't stand that guy. I wish he'd leave, man. And I was glad to see Rory chase him down because both those guys were going to hurt me in Brunch with the Tour, so it didn't matter.
Oh, yeah. You're up against both
I
of them.
had Homa, though, didn't I? I should have got some cash.
You did. But he got Rory and the Tour got Xander.
Oh, I thought you had. Well, so you moved ahead of me, though? You may be in last.
No,
I was ahead of you.
You're at 12.8. The Tour is at 13.6. I'm at 14.7, and Dano is at 13.8.
All right. So
you're
close.
in first. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Well, anyway, Meredith has had the baby, so Scotty Scheffler is, I guess, by all accounts, going to be at the PGA, which you would expect. But again, man, you want to talk about it. This guy just went AWOL from golf for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And the other guys are, tuning up, and like you said, they've won.
Yeah.
Whatever. We'll see.
It'll be fine. I think Scotty's will be just fine. But it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. And it's Valhalla, where Rory won his last major 10 years ago now. Rory, by the way, has won at Quail Hollow 4 times.
Yeah. He set the record for that.
So that was pretty interesting as well. But he was terrific over, and he was good Saturday too. What was so dicey about the conditions, golf guy, that they were struggling on Saturday and Sunday somewhat?
What do you mean?
I don't. Is the course just harder, or they were tearing it up a couple days, and then it's.
Well, I'm sure it just kind of dried out. Rain blew through earlier in the weekend.
Okay.
That same rain we got, on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
I guess that would be it. I didn't notice it
Didn't
being
look like the wind was whipping through them or anything.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice anything. I think
All
it's just Sunday pins on a major championship course. They can make it do that if they want.
Adam Schneckner.
Schefter.
Schechter?
Chef, like Chef Boyardee Tur.
Oh, okay. He's gray, right?
He's got jaundice.
He's reporting the Thursday night opener is now set. Baltimore at Kansas City.
Well, that's been the rumor.
Thursday, September 5th,
why
2024.
Why does he get the drop? You know who you're really ticked right now when you're those other NFL reporters? Because he knows somebody in the NFL gave it to him. Like, who else would? And why do you call up the gray and just hand it to him?
Well, the NFL.
Now, they'll drop one to somebody else here in the next few days.
NFL
watch.
says.
Rappaport will get one next.
They must have tied it. NFL said Lamar versus Mahomes to kick off the 2024.
Okay, so maybe he didn't break it. He just very quickly monitored the source.
Or he may have. I don't know. I don't care. And I saw Adam Schneckner first. So
you like that? Or is that too much too soon? Should we wait until that matters late in the year, right?
I enjoyed the Detroit Kansas City one last year.
I do like this. If you get Baltimore Kansas City there, that's one less that's less competition for later in the year. Like they could put Kansas City against someone else, and then later in the year, Kansas City Baltimore would have been in prime time. Whereas now, maybe later in the year, we'll get one.
I wonder if Kansas City will.
I don't like prime time. We have an early morning show. Just play them at Sunday.
If you're Kansas City, Kansas City has to be careful of the totally not caring about the regular season mode now. Man, we've won 2 in a row, dude.
Last year they just kind of stumped along.
We'll just beat the crummy teams, and we'll get in. And if we have to travel, we'll be just fine.
We got to get our ducks in a row here before you leave. Dan's going to be on vacation at the end of the week.
Yes.
And the schedule's going to come out in the meantime.
Yes.
We got to get aggressive and strike hard and fast. What can you name?
Strike hard, strike fast.
Can you name our list of demands here at 1010XL over the years? Have we, can you count
demands?
for me the times we have marched down the hall and said we are/want to do this?
Not many.
I can't. I mean, we made a joke out of going out and covering the draft in Vegas, and they were going to send us to that.
COVID got us on that one.
And COVID got us, so then I guess they felt bad, and they sent us out for March Madness, but don't kid yourself, that wasn't the station. That was our friends at VEASAN.
Yeah.
Who wanted to have us out.
Okay.
The schedule's going to come out on Wednesday night, right? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Later in the week.
Yeah.
I think it's Wednesday. I think.
You should know. You're the schedule
I
guy.
know I am. I think it's
on
Wednesday.
you.
I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. The schedule's going to come out. I think we need to march down the hall and demand the pomp and circumstance of a drill trip to Vegas for Jags Raiders week.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
We go out there on, we do our show Thursday. We fly out. We do our show live on Friday. We hang out in Vegas. We go to the game. We do our show live on Monday and fly home. I'm sure VEASAN will let us.
Yeah.
Use their stuff.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Yeah, I was right.
Mm-hmm.
Just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I didn't get near.
I got to see the
The
date.
enthusiasm. Why? What does it matter? Do you have anything coming on? You got another wedding that I don't know about, or
Got a lot going on in the fall. We got to see
All
the
right,
date.
you know what, E? We'll ride or die.
That's right.
Okay.
I mean,
No, I'll slide.
there's a little bit of camaraderie, team building here
Jump
before we
right
get
in
into the
there.
summer. And he
I
just,
just wanna know
I
the
mean, this
date.
guy, Mr. Have his birthday, win the money, take the. I mean,
Mets won.
never mind.
What about the Mets?
Congratulations, you got a hit yesterday. Good for you.
Whew, amen to that. Good gracious. You don't know hit the Mets, by the way. All right, 641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. You tell them what they're going to win.
Oh, they're going to get a value pack to go see the Jumbo Shrimp. The Shrimp are in town this week, Tuesday through Sunday. They're taking on Nashville. So all you got to do, hit your boy up to get you a family a voucher.
A voucher.
Yeah.
This is the drill.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
What is this? 1010XL. It's on.
1010XL.
It's always on.
Who are you? Jacksonville Sports Radio.
It's what we do.
Hey, Hicken here for Lockhart Construction. You know Lockhart Construction. I've told you about them. They're a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane's dad started it. Shane Lockhart and his guys from here taking care of people who live here, people like me, people like my son. They just got done with a project over at Juju's house, and it is terrific with a capital T and a rific. They have done a wonderful job again, which they always do. Why? Because they do it quickly. They do it affordably. They do it in a friendly manner. They're great people, man. If you need some remodeling, no job too big, no job too small, give the Lockhart family a call. Their family gives your family a better living experience. Unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. You have a construction need, an idea? Give Shane a call. He'll call you back and tell you yes or no. 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction, 994-3865.
Why Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned? I'll tell you why. Over 600 vehicles in stock. One location. Check this out. More than 275 SUVs, over 200 cars, over 110 pickups. Arlington Pre-Owned even has 125 vehicles under $18,000. Plus, you get 60 days to love your purchase or exchange it, and Arlington's Credit for Everyone program. Oh, and did I mention? The Summer Starts Here sales event is going on right now, even on used. Shop 10939 Atlanta Boulevard or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Break free from the old school hassle at All Pro Roofing. They've revolutionized the game. And guess what? No more pressure, hassle, or time meeting with someone face to face for a roof quote. Unlock the power of an instant roof quote right from the comfort of your home. Get the information you need when you need it. Explore your roofing options today. Head over to allproroofingllc.com. Hit that instant roof quote tab for a free instant roof quote. allproroofingllc.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Prime Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Household names and bucket list courses.
Bernie Scheffler.
Hear updates and coverage of the PGA Championship. Brought to you by Vaughn Motor Group.
143 yards away, the flagstick.
Follow the leaders on 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm so grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. If you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res. Because right now you get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
ZEROREC. Zero Res.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
You know, the biggest thing is the number of guys that are here. I think that's a credit to them with the voluntary program. You know, and I get it. There's workout bonuses and all that kind of stuff and contracts, but I think other than that, you know, they want to be here.
All right, that's Doug Peterson. He also praised the energy of the rookie minicamp. When he's speaking there, obviously the rookies are going to be there. They got no wiggle room, but just the overall participation of the vets. Look, I think I've now just completely changed course on how important I think it is for players to be here through that voluntary period. I guess you would like it in certain degree. I feel more strongly when you're, like, terrible. Like, the Jags would be terrible, and guys wouldn't be here. Josh Allen pretty much proved that it's on the accountability of the individual athlete, especially when you got a few years underneath your belt. But look, not much to see here, running around in shorts and shirts. Really the most interesting dynamic, and I don't think it's one that has a big impact on the football team this year, but it's Jarvis Landry's, attempted comeback, and does he land a role here as a veteran, kind of a coach on the field, kind of that Marvin Jones role, so to speak. I'm at least interested in that. I'm really not interested in a lot more until we get some pads and some games and some accountability.
We got a long way to go.
Of
They're
course.
just, the rookies and undrafted free agents.
I can't. Jarvis Landry tells.
I will say this. I got to look at that dude, Mason Smith. He's a monster, man.
Yeah.
I could see why anybody would look at him and go, "Who's that?" I mean, there's no doubt about that. So,
and he's got a good head on his shoulders. That could be one of those where the injury, dumbed him down further on draft day than he should have gone. And maybe, like I said, let's get lucky this year, Hick.
Yeah,
let's get lucky on rolling the dice on some of those guys maybe kind of stuck in the middle.
Yeah. I would say. I saw this video yesterday. So, the NBA. And go back to the NBA for a second here. They tried to make the lottery a
story.
It's been a televised event for a long time, and ABC,
trying to do like they do the draft.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, why are we bringing in the players? I thought they were going to turn and draft them right away. Like, what's going on here?
Oh, they brought some of the prospects on?
Yeah, they had
I didn't watch that
Kentucky
nonsense.
kids. They had it was on at 3:00, and I was flipping around.
Future Hawks pick Alex Sarr.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about that. By the way, he'll join the list.
They're showing the parents of the kids, and then instead of the, you know how they used to have a representative from each team sit up there representing the team. Well, this year they used players, pretty much. I mean, not all.
We didn't. We used our GM.
Former Nick Great Landry Fields.
Sure, Stanford's finest.
But Scoot was there for the Trailblazers.
Okay. Scoot Henderson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Scoot had scooted back to the back there and gotten a few of those little green chewables.
Oh.
You accused Scoot of being high during the process.
High as a kite.
Yeah. Not surprising.
And then we decided we were going to talk to Scoot just to make it worse.
And this Scoot then validated the point.
Scoot
got into the sweet stinky, did he?
The meme was Scoot looks fired up to be at the lottery today. I mean, he could have. It's like, man, I don't know what I'm doing here.
If you're the Blazers, by the way, do you have to pay Scoot to do that?
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
That's not in the contract. You got to do X amount of.
Scoot, how'd you like to go?
Where is that, by the way?
It's
Chicago?
I'm guessing New York. I don't know, but I have no idea. I don't care enough.
Scoot, man, we need to get on the plane and go to New York.
Scoot, you want to go to New York for a weekend on us?
Scoot stopped a little dispo on the way in.
But anyway.
Scoot had the Uber pull by apparently any corner in Times Square these days.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny watching that yesterday and seeing it. But, yeah, different guys representing. And, again, like you said.
The Hawks get the number one pick in a year where there's no superstar there waiting. And it's just sickening from this standpoint, Dan. This is why. Never mind the Hawks will Atlanta it no matter what. But I look at the last five. Wembanyama, Paolo Banchero, even Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, Zion Williamson. There's no guy like that. Before that, it was DeAndre Ayton.
And we'll
get a Fultz or a Simmons or an Andrew Wiggins at his best or an Anthony Bennett. That's who we'll get.
You know what'll hurt worse?
We won't get LeBron or Kyrie.
The guy taking like sixth will end up being
That's
Curry.
what I told you.
Yeah.
He'll be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens when they're bunched together.
Yeah. It's hard to.
And by the way, I'm going to go ahead and apologize for the team that takes Reed Shepherd and Dalton Connect.
Okay.
I don't want that. Listen, if you're picking in the top five, Hick, you should be picking the future best player on your team, no?
Yeah.
Reed Shepherd and Dalton Connect ain't never going to be more than a role-playing, three-point shooting part of a team with alpha dogs. Come on, man.
Right.
They're J.J. Redick. They're, at the very, very best, and they won't be Klay Thompson.
Yeah. Connect,
you know what? When that old lumberjack in 6'8" goes into the lane now and finds Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, it's going to be a little different than when, Alex Howell was waiting on him.
Can't be, Connect can't be Luka?
No. No chance?
No. Luka doesn't look good, by the way.
He always
lumbering,
looks
slow.
Yeah, he's fat.
But he's not scoring.
He's not fit. I'm not going to say he's fat. He's not fit. Like, I could see Luka, if he didn't play basketball for 3 years, being 340 pounds.
Like, I didn't watch much of the Mavs game, but I saw
That's a great series. That's probably the best one.
But I saw a play where Kyrie handled it, Luka handled it, and then they ended up giving it to P.J. Washington for a shot.
Well, he had a big game the other
But
day.
he missed. And I'm like,
He's a good shooter.
I'm down the stretch. Yeah, but I'm down
Yeah,
the
between
stretch. I
those
got
two.
Luka and
That's a fair
Kyrie.
point.
I got to have one of these guys take my shot.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't want it coming down to PJ. It wasn't like he was wide
Dallas
open.
won. It all worked out in the end.
Yeah.
And they have a 2-1 lead, so that series resumes tonight. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
The West is better. Both the West. Now, they haven't really been great games, but
well,
the series are better.
The Knicks were great until yesterday, though.
Yeah, yesterday I was really disappointed. I was going to settle in for some late afternoon basketball, lead me into the Braves, heartbreaking disappointment. But
Did you stay up for the whole Braves game?
I did.
Ooh.
It's pretty fast moving.
It was pretty fast.
I got out of there. I was probably asleep before 10.
Mets can't hit at all. It's just I'm so over
Mentor has blown 15 of his last 30
thank God.
save opportunities.
Thank you for putting him in.
No, it's not that. Listen, I like my guy. I think he's a good manager. I love the GM more than the manager, but Snicker really messed it up this weekend. He used his closer in 3- and 4-run games on Friday and Saturday. Unnecessary.
It's like we're not in the game, and then in the ninth inning of every game, we had a chance.
Yeah,
like
like the
JD
tying
Martinez
runs.
on Friday night hit a bomb that was just foul or would have tied it.
Yeah.
Even in the no-hitter.
Yeah, then you got 2 runners on after. Yeah,
we got runners on, and we had a chance.
Watching.
And you know what was
Freed, 2 of his last 3 starts has gone 7 no-hit innings.
What was weird about Freed's no-hitter is that, like, I didn't watch all of it, but I watched some of it. But the Mets had decent at-bats. I mean, they hit the ball hard at times. They hit it right at guys. Harris made a couple plays. They just couldn't.
Yeah, I think to get a no-hitter, some of that has to happen. But for Braves fan, Freed is settling into
Braves haven't had a no-hitter in like 35 years or something, they said.
Yeah, since Mercury, 94. 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that surprised me, too. They've come close. Shelby Miller had down to his last strike. I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
Freed's done it a couple times. The big news for the Braves yesterday is it's the curse of the long-term contract, man. You guys all complain about the Braves locking up all these young guys long-term. Let's revisit.
Mm-hmm.
Soroka got one of those deals. He's hurt and gone. Strider got one of those deals. He's out for the year. Murphy got one of those deals. He hadn't played all season. Olsen got one of those deals. He's now sub 200. Acuna got one of those deals. He's in a massive slump. Riley got one of those deals. He left last night with left side tightness. So there you go.
Okay.
I still give my druthers would rather have them locked up like they are. But the worst way to lose a baseball game is a walk-off in the ninth.
Especially if it's not tied either.
I said that,
and then
I'm going to go real analytics on you and take it one step further.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible to lose on a walk-off in the ninth. It's worse when it's not tied, but you lead by a run, and then it's even worse when you throw in the analytic of left on left.
Yeah,
like you got left on left, you can't give up a home run there. It's time for Minter to kick sand, man.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's time to get rid of that.
Is he the one who pitched that inning or no?
That was Matzik. And Matzik is also done. He'll never be any good again. That and the Braves bullpen was supposed to be.
They go every year.
I give Minter credit, dude. He's been there 7-8 years. He's been a closer at times, a setup at times. But to your point with the relievers, it's amazing. They can be so dominant for a year and then terrible the next.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, like Sugar's not going to be. Sugar's already not been what he was 2 years ago, and then he obviously got hurt last year. But it's not coming back from the hurt. It's just tough. It's tough to maintain and be that guy every single time out on the bump. And I don't know. It's baseball. I don't understand it. I'll never understand, we're happy the guy went 5 innings because then we got to use the guy in the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, and they're used up for the next day. It's mind-boggling to me. And eventually I think it catches up to you in some way, shape, or form throughout the season, especially like if you have one guy like Fried. If Fried goes 7 or 8, that helps so much in eating innings. I mean, that's an important part of the whole season's process.
I thought they were going to, he was like at 106 pitches, You got that no-hitter going. It's tempting, but it's amazing.
Problem is, if he went out there and he got him in the 8th, let's say he's up to 125.
Right,
and then
he has to go.
Dicey.
I hear you. I thought they did the right thing.
We did it with Johan, and that was the end of Johan.
Yeah, you're right. All right, who am I?
Who am I?
Yeah. Over the weekend, I blasted the state of the NIL. I think it's I said in college football, it's cheating.
Okay.
The NIL is great in its setup, but it's just an arms race at this point. Quote, I also said this: if you're a women basketball player like the great girl from Iowa and they want to put you on a billboard and pay you, they should be able to do that. But that's not what's happened. What's happened is the arms race of collecting money from donors, and the donors are simply paying players. That's what I understand is happening. I don't like that. It's cheating. Who am I?
Spurrier.
No. Richer. And I mean rich, not financially. The answer is richer than Spurrier.
Oh,
this
Saban.
Saban makes sense. He said all these things. Richer than Saban. Well, that's rich coming from you.
Oh, so he's a cheater.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a cheater, but when it comes to to being the arbiter of what's scrupulous and what's not, I don't think Urban Meyer really is a trusted voice, although Fox immediately put him back on the college football, so I guess he has a point here as from an opinion standpoint, and he's not wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing. Urban Meyer, what about the Teflon from this Jags experience?
Well, as you know.
He bounced right back, dude. It was like no hesitate, no shame, just goes right back on TV, walks around. You saw him in Park City.
As you know, me and Herbs hung out together in Park City for a brief time recently and had a good time over there.
Good. No, what you did is you saw him on the other side of the street. You screamed at him like a maniac, and he quickly looked and scurried away.
No. I went up and talked to him. He couldn't get away from me. It was right on the same side of the street. That's the beauty. He had no.
Four of you got together in a hot tub later that night.
Well, Herbs.
Sip some wine.
Yeah, why not?
Local legal.
Mm-hmm. Try this.
Oh, wait, that's not Denver. Never mind.
Herbs. All right, 8 o'clock. Let's keep it rolling, man. We got a lot going on here. Freddie T coming up at the bottom of the hour as well, all happening on 1010XL 92.5 FM. We call it The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
First of all, congratulations on the show.
Join the 1010XL Podcast Network.
How do you like being in a real studio?
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice.
Hey, gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Henson and the Henson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney. I'm not. But have you done your last will? Come on, Hick. I don't want to think. Yes. Why? You work so hard. You build up your assets. And then you want to decide where your money goes to the people you choose, your loved ones. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Henson's your guy. He's going to listen. He's going to help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you the information needed so you're at ease with your choice. The Henson Law Firm. You got questions? Maddie's got the answers. Reach out, 904-527-1700. That's 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Hey, Scarline here. Tired of missing out on the conversation due to hearing loss? At Jacksonville Hearing and Balance, their team of audiologists led by Dr. Douglas Green can help you rediscover the joy of connection. Visit jhbi.org today.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do all the outdoor stuff you love to do, hiking, jogging, biking, playing on the beach. Don't go through summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints. You got to call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 904-274-5522. Serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Again, this is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Again, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Call QC Kinetics now, 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey here for Pella Windows and Doors. Look, obviously the warmer temperatures are already here, and if you're like me, you want that oppressive Florida heat to stay outside your house. That's why I'm such a fan of Pella Windows and Doors. By now we know that windows are the #1 way that heat gets in and the cold gets out. So when you're ready for the stylish design and energy efficiency that comes from Pella Windows and Doors, visit their showroom on Phillips Highway, just north of Bay Meadows, or you can always find them online at PellaJacks.com. That's Pella Windows and Doors.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Kuhn Flowers. Jags second-round pick Mason Smith in rookie minicamp talked about the team becoming LSU East.
You know, it just helped me with more of a comfortable transition, man. Having guys like BT, who I went into college with, you know, it's just going to make my transition a lot more comfortable, a lot more easy.
Jaguar rookie minicamp opened over the weekend. Seventh-round edge rusher Miles Cole has signed his rookie contract with the Jaguars signed third-round cornerback Jerrion Jones to his rookie deal on Saturday. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp rallied from 3 runs down, but they fell in 10 innings to the Omaha Storm Chasers on a walk-off 2-run home run. Following today's day off, Jacksonville returns home to start a 6-game series with the Nashville Sounds tomorrow from 1-1 Financial Ballpark. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 8:10 and it's 70 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, I have 2 days Pest Today, brought to you by Mission Pest Solutions. You got a problem, they got solutions. Okay. Mission accomplished. Bump, 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 bump. They will absolutely destroy any pest problem you either have or might have if you don't use Mission Pest Solutions. Call 944-PEST today. Get 50% off your first consultation and treatment. Just say you heard it right here on 1010XL. It's the Mission Pest Solutions Revolution. Protecting my home. Let them protect yours. Yeah, I'm going to go to the Italian Open there in the tennis scene.
Okay.
Novak Djokovic, a very good player.
The Joker.
There's no way in the world that Djokovic would ever exit a tournament, say, in the round of 32.
No way.
But he was upset when he lost to Alejandro Tabilo by a score of 6-2, 6-3.
Got whooped.
Problem is, he claims to still be feeling the effects of what happened 2 days earlier when at the Italian Open he was hit on the head by a water bottle.
He was.
Today, under high stress, it was quite bad, Djokovic said. Not in terms of pain, but in terms of balance. Just no coordination. Completely different player.
Biorhythms were off.
From what it was 2 nights ago.
That'll do it.
I don't know.
Water bottle got him.
I had to do a medical checkup and see what's going on. Can you imagine some NFL player that got separated from his spine on Sunday seeing this? My man, Joe, I don't, it's like I said, there's like 4 pests here. One is the Joker himself. Mm-hmm. You got hit on the head with a water bottle 2 days ago, boss. If you just got swept in straight sets, maybe it's not because of the water bottle. After Friday night's straight set victory, he was signing autographs when someone in the stands dropped a metal bottle on his head.
I saw it.
He fell to the ground. He grabbed his head. You know, I think he got hit by shrapnel in World War III.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed there for a significant amount of time before getting accompanied to the locker room. He later tried to assure fans he was doing fine while resting in his hotel with an ice pack.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are such clowns. That's the pest of the day. Let me do it to golf. Did you see your boy? This Gator is just a turkey, man. What? This toasty guy is just a jerk.
What'd he do?
All right, here's his latest. He's playing at the Myrtle Beach Classic.
NBC.
He hits a ball. Was it on NBC?
No, NBC.
Oh, yeah.
Myrtle Beach Classic.
I did see they set an all-time record for attendance in an event's first playing.
Okay.
They had like 20,000 there.
What
Good
was
for them.
the event? Corn Ferry?
No, it's a PGA because this is an elevated.
Oh.
Yeah, so Toasty, a lot of the guys, the Bo Hosslers of the world.
There was a second
tournament.
Tournament
right.
this
Yeah,
week.
there was a
Jeez,
second
I didn't even.
tournament.
Who won? Is that the one that Kunst was winning, or Gotterl, or Goody?
I don't know who won. I was paying attention to the other. That's a good question.
I was just curious, but go ahead.
Well, let me just go back to the same thing. These guys are so soft. And by the way, in tennis and golf, it's worse if you're soft.
Yeah. Chris Gotterup won it.
Okay. Gotterup.
Get
her done. Gotterup, get her done. Mm-hmm. No, so Toasty is playing yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, he's the one that got into it with. Right, he got into it earlier this year on tour with Finau or somebody. Remember?
Okay.
Did he win this year, or he came close? No. He lost on the final hole or something, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
So anyway, Toasty is out there and he hits a ball, and it plugs into the side of the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
And he asks for a ruling, and they say, no, it is inside the bunker, and he has to hit it. And whether it's a good ruling or not, my guy pulls out his cell phone during the tournament and records it and asks for his social media and posts it, is this ball in the bunker or not? You know where I know it's not, Toasty? Mm-hmm. It's not in the fairway, okay? I can tell you if it's in or out of the fairway. Shut your mouth.
Oh, Toasty.
Grab your sand wedge. Mm-hmm. It's not anyone's fault but yours that you have drilled the ball into the face of the bunker.
Dang it.
Next time, don't hit it there. Sheesh. They're soft, Dan. There's a certain softness about it that makes you wonder.
Hey, this from Todd Helmick. I looked him up. Todd Helmick is a owner of the college football website nationalchamps.net, an official Heisman and Blitnikoff Award voter, played football at FSU. Never heard of him. But anyway.
Yeah. You got to show me the media guide before I believe that.
Todd says, I expect an announcement this summer FSU is leaving the ACC. The Noles are going to play a Big Ten schedule in 2025, whether a full-time member or not. The offer to play in the Big Ten is over a year old. Fox cut the deal. Clemson will also do the same, regardless of the courtroom situation. Both teams will have to pay a negotiated exit fee. ESPN will not renew the ACC contract, and all ACC members will now own their media rights if they choose to leave.
I think that this is a fair argument if you're FSU and Clemson. Mm-hmm. So let me get this straight. We're prohibited from leaving, but you guys can go invite these sad sacks from Cal and Stanford and SMU and lower our brand even further, and we still can't leave?
Right.
I mean, I don't know what the legal ramifications and contract law and everything that goes into the allowance or not allowance to leave or the payments that you want to charge. But FSU and Clemson, considering how much the landscape has changed, should absolutely be allowed to leave. And the ACC should have to pay for the most pitiful job of conference expansion in the history of. They acted like Conference USA. They acted like the AAC. They were able to go get Stanford and Cal. What is just a. Meanwhile, all the big boys went to the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA. Or they went to the Big 12, Arizona State. The idiotic ACC added, by the way, the big fat straw that stirs the drink in college sports is what, please?
Say again now?
The big fat straw that stirs the drink in college sports.
SEC.
Not just that. What sport?
Football.
Not even close, is it?
No.
As fun as March Madness is, it's not even close, is it?
Just in terms of the money, it is,
everything.
But that's it.
Well, and the money and the interest and the money it'll bring in from the new playoff and everything else. What did the ACC do to get better in the most important part of college athletics, football? They got SMU. They got Cal.
Okay.
They got Stanford.
Oh boy.
Yeah, if I play real football in the ACC, and there's really only two teams I think you can say do that. Well, I guess Miami you could also argue. What's it? And by the way, is Miami even in the – where are they?
Yeah.
You got to almost – if you're the Big 12, don't you get Miami and you pair them with UCF and give you two – right?
Not a bad idea.
I mean, I don't see the SEC or the Big 10 offering Miami, do you?
No. It's just interesting, and if it happens this summer, I mean, that 2025 is next year. You telling me that next year FSU's schedule could include UCLA, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Purdue, Illinois, Northwestern. That's who they're playing next year? Man, college football changes fast sometimes, doesn't it?
Well, I will say this. This insinuation that the Big Ten is anywhere near the SEC is just a joke. Oh, here they, now they'll come. I don't care what y'all think. This isn't a fact. This isn't an opinion. This is a fact.
Oh, dear. Hey,
don't tell me to go into UCLA is the same as going to Ole Miss. It damn sure isn't.
Sports fans don't know this guy, but we lost a real good dude this weekend, Norm Carlson.
Oh, Norm?
Yeah.
Normie?
Norm was 90 years old,
Spurrier's
I think.
SID.
And
been around Florida forever.
Legend at University of Florida. And, just such a sweet, nice man. Great family. Always were very nice to me.
Me too.
And
from my days as a student reporter at UF in the 80s.
And treated everybody the same. He didn't care if you were a student reporter. He didn't care if you were a heavy hitter. He was good to everybody, man. And he's one of the, and he was, listen, Norm Carlson and Rob Wilson and Hogan. And
those guys were good. Now it's like they give it to some 27-year-old
Felton
that doesn't know how to.
Well, it's not that. It was a different time too. It was a different way to cover.
You were invited into these programs.
I mean, Norm.
Norm, I'd like to go have dinner with Steve at his house and do a piece.
They used to take the Scribe boys over there on after games, and you could have lunch with Spurrier on Tuesdays, and it was just a different time. And it was. They didn't hide everything. Now they hide, and I don't know who started it. I don't know who did it. I don't know why it happened. It just did, and
but
it hurts ultimately the fan.
That old school generation, they're that last generation.
Yeah.
We also had our guy. What was his name in Tennessee's press box? Same deal. The H, like a HH name. But there's just a lot of these Southern. They've been. Like you said, Claude Felton in Georgia, they were just kind of in their spots for years.
Just good folks too, really nice. And listen, it's not easy to balance. Their jobs were to take care of coaches, the players, and the media. It's a hard balance, and these guys did it as well as anybody. But aside from that, if you got to know Norm at all, he was just salt of the earth, man.
He was a nice man.
Good man. So anyway, just RIP and thoughts and prayers to the Carlson family. Really good people. The whole family is very nice. Always enjoyed my time down in Gainesville. And listen, it was a different time. I mean, I was TV guy. You were TV guy. We went down to Gainesville a lot more. And this is even before the Jaguars and such. And Norm.
You needed them and they needed you.
Yeah.
And now neither needs each other.
Not really.
I mean, you can just mainline straight from because of all the cable proliferation. Every game's on TV. Every press conference available online. I mean, there really is. You have this old guard media there to try and run some sort of interference from state-sponsored, comments. But we're going to get to a point where there'll be no media. They'll just say exactly what they want, and they'll put it up on their feed. And if you want to use it, you can.
Back to the NFL, and we'll talk to Fred about this in a minute, but we said the Ravens-Chiefs are the opener on September 5th. September 6th in Sao Paulo, Brazil, with Tom Brady running through the daisies, by the way.
Green Bay, Philly?
Yeah, Green Bay and Philly is set as well. That's a peacock game.
Yeah. So
spread your wings and fly like a peacock.
A streaming service.
Yeah, so anyway, those are your first two, Games 1 and Games 2 of the 272.
John Ward is the guy from Tennessee.
Yeah, you know what I miss right now? I miss Peter King, recently retired, because he always would do a big compilation on the way that the schedule came together, and he always had insight and had good predictions and things of that nature. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, we get the schedule, and we'll get to chew on that this week, a little bit later in the week. So that'll be fun. But a lot of things happening in the world of sports. Do you want to break now? Right now, we'll get Freddie T up. Tee him up.
Sounds like a plan. The Monday morning running back, football talk and more with our friend Fred Taylor next. It's the Monday morning quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
What the hell's going on out here?
Where passion and fundamentals meet.
What we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and to try to run this play in the alley.
1010XL. Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Hey, couldn't be any happier than to be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. And I say the word family, I stress it because when I say family, I mean it. That's how you'll be treated when you visit the beautiful showroom right off there, Atlantic Boulevard. Man, and it is a wonderful showroom. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. There's no pressure, just friendly help, like you would treat a brother or a sister or a mother or father or cousin. And whether you want a car, a truck, an SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet's got it. You know me, I got the my boy Blue, the beautiful Silverado, and I absolutely love it. If you can't make it over Atlantic Boulevard, don't worry. MoreChevy.com, easy to navigate. All the vehicles, sales, service, parts, MoreChevy.com with an E. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet gang, together, let's drive.
Is your old AC trying to keep up with the Florida heat?
At JTM Comfort Services, they understand the importance of a reliable AC system. That's why they offer financing on qualified repairs and replacements. Don't suffer through another scorching summer. Upgrade now to a new, energy-efficient system. Visit jtmcooling.com to learn more and schedule your consultation. Veteran and family owned.
Your comfort is our name. Call my dad to keep you in the game.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do all the outdoor stuff you love to do, hiking, jogging, biking, playing on the beach. Don't go through summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints. You gotta call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 904-274-5522. Serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Again, this is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Again, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Call QC Kinetics now, 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics.
Clearwater.
John, I can't even mow my side yard. It's so soggy. Man, my builder sucks.
Brent, calm down. This is a common problem in neighborhoods where houses are built too close together. You need gutters and a properly installed French drain that will soak up subsurface water. We can completely dry it up.
So I can take my builder off my speed dial now, huh?
Yeah, we got you, buddy. Let that builder bitterness go.
Clearwater irrigation and drainage too.
Give us your hot take.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
On the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm awake and I speak English, so yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Be part of the conversation. 641-1010.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Stevie Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and B&B Fuel and Lubricants on 1010XL.
You know him, you love him.
Yes and yes. Check, check.
Fred Taylor joining us on the program here on a Monday, our Monday morning running back. We just pitch it to Fred and get out of
Freddie,
the way.
how important was the number, your jersey number, when you were coming along? I see, like, I'm of the opinion that Parker Washington, sorry, Chief, you got to give it up. You got to give it up to the first round pick. He won 11. Give it up, my friend. You're now number 7. But how important was the number for you? Do you got any number stories as you're graduating from high school to college to pro? E, we up in there? Yeah.
Huh?
I always wore 21.
Right.
In high school, Pop Warner. I got to college. It wasn't a problem because Tony, I believe it was Tony Davis.
That's right. He's Aunt Lee's. Is that Aunt Lee's half brother, Tony Davis?
May have been.
I believe so.
I think so. Yeah.
I believe so. I guess my luck would have it. He allegedly tried to throw someone off like the third or fourth story.
That'll do it.
Something like
you
that.
lose a number for
If you're
going
to throw someone off a floor, just throw them off the first floor. You might not get kicked out. Third or fourth floor is a little too high.
You might not get kicked out. But anyway, 21 was wide open, so it wasn't a problem getting that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my transition from college
Who had 21 here? Bees? Was it Beasley had 21?
Aaron Beasley, a.k.a. Killer Bees. And, so the story goes like this. $50,000 and you can have number 21.
Wow. That's a lot back then.
I then said, never mind. You can keep it. I wear 28. Marshall Faulk. I always admired his game.
Okay.
And I looked up to Marshall, so he was 28. And I switched over to 28, and the rest is history. Until I went to New England. I went back to 21 for, trying to separate a little bit of the player identity from 28 in Jacksonville to 21 in New England.
Did Bees come back after you said no and say, all right, 40?
It remained 50,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
He knew I had it, but I was like 50,000.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's a lot of money.
That's like $500,000 in today's economy.
So I'll make my own number. And
you did. Good for you. Why did you choose 21 as a kid? Was it for any reason, or you just kind of got it early and wanted to stick with it?
Well, two friends of mine, childhood friends, older guys, 6-7 years older. He wore it.
Okay.
Then his brother wore it, who was 3 years older than me.
I feel you.
We were all so tight, so I was like 21, perfect, and it worked. That was my number.
Fred, do you guys, players, when you were playing, the schedule releases this week? It's a big deal for the fans. Fans get excited about it, and we all sit there and we play let's guess how many we're going to win and lose. Do you guys pay attention to that at all? Do you look? Are you curious? Does it matter? What are your thoughts?
I can tell you this, Scott. This is hilarious. The first couple years of my career, let's just call it the first 3 years of my career, I barely knew who was in our division. I mean, I just went out there and played ball like it did not matter to me. I just, whoever they said we had next, that's who we had next, and that's who I was preparing for and, went out there to do my best against. I believe later in my career, you see it one time, okay, that's cool. We got to play them anyway. But I don't think it's a big of an issue for the players. It might bring a little excitement knowing, all right, we have a Sunday night in Pittsburgh or Monday night games are huge. Don't get me wrong; those are always good. I look at certain games. If I'm going to play a homeboy or a former teammate, I might get a little excited, and then it goes away. But I think nowadays these guys with the custom cleat games, and I love it. I think I'm very jealous of them being able to do that, where they can wear almost anything on game day. They look at the schedule so they can say, all right, it's going to be nice to wear this cleat in this game. I want to get these customs for this game. And then they sort of schedule their season out and their cleats out depending on who they play. So I think that's fun. It keeps it real youthful. So I'm kind of a little jealous of that.
Now that you're a fan/journalist, are you more interested in the schedule? Like, does that grab your attention Wednesday night or not really?
I don't rush to see it.
Yeah.
But I do like to. I think more so because of the work I do there with Jaguars Game Day Live, post game radio, trying to schedule my life and pivot stuff around everything that I have going on. I look at it so I can hurry up and download the digital schedule that that schedule that sort of syncs with your calendar. I try and hurry up and download that so I know what my dates are looking like.
Gotcha.
I get a little excited. I mean, I'm still a Jaguar. I like to know who's going to be in Jacksonville, what games they can get highly excited for and anticipate that's going to be a classic.
You might want to keep Thanksgiving open this year. It looks like a lot of rumors have it that the Jags will be going to Detroit. They've never done that before, played on Thanksgiving Day. They're the only team in the NFL, and it syncs up that they're at Detroit this year, so there's a good chance that the Jags in Detroit play Thanksgiving Day, Fred.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous of that one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one to play.
The more and more we have this show, it seems that I'm going to figure out all the stuff that I'm trying to
that you missed. Yeah, the stuff you should.
Because let me tell you what would have happened, Fred. Back in the day, you would have went for like 150, and then John Madden would have had you eating like a big old turkey leg at the end of the game, and it would have been fun.
Look, I can tell you, in 1998, we played Detroit in Jacksonville, and I looked forward to that match as I started to, my rookie year was starting to move along. And there was this one guy on the other team by the name of the great Barry Sanders. My goal in that game was to outrush Barry.
That's cool.
That happened.
Yeah.
That happened.
Nice.
But leading up to that game, the stuff we had to do to make sure we slowed him down, I mean, they allowed the grass to grow. I believe they wet it before the game. And our defense was really good. Were they good enough to stop Barry? They were that day. But all the defenses we saw Barry run through in his heyday, man, they really were afraid of him that day. And the tactics that they used, they worked for Barry, and I guess they worked in our favor. I think I had 180 that day.
Oh.
But I recently watched Bye Bye Barry.
Oh, that was good.
I love it.
That was good.
Absolutely.
Gosh, he was good.
Absolutely love it. Yes, sir. And I can tell you this, man, it made me have an appreciation even more for the game and what's going on in this Hall of Fame stuff. I don't care what happens. Like, my perspective, I don't care what happens. I think it's a great honor, but I have zero control of it. And I've always said God's timing is the best. And I think God has led me down the road to say, it's all good. I had a hell of a career, and the rest is all good.
Well, I think there's a valid point there that you belong. Listen, this is going to go from subjective to objective at some point, Fred. You can't sit there top 20 in rushing for very many years before they reach the obvious conclusion that you're one of the best running backs to play. So I told you that we sat on the bus leaving Tony's thing, and I told you I think it'll be sooner rather than later, but we shall see. Step by step, my brother. You took a step up this year, an important one, and I think it's only going to get brighter moving forward. You know, it's interesting. You talked about your rookie year, the Thanksgiving. You know, you played Detroit, but it wasn't on Thanksgiving because they played here. You remember what happened on Thanksgiving Day that year, your rookie year?
No.
That was Randy Moss who
stole our rookie of the year.
He stole our rookie of the year because Fred's had an unbelievable rookie season, and it got kind of lost in the infatuation with Randy Moss. But that was the game.
Yeah, he had Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And then that crazy celebration in Green Bay.
Green Bay, that's correct.
Oh yeah.
But the Dallas game,
two games.
He had
pushed Moss in front of him.
He had 3 catches for 170-something yards and 3 touchdowns. It was something weird, or 4 catches for 4 touchdowns. But anyway, I digress. Listen, you were talking about when the schedule came out that you would look for a game against one of your homies. So I guess back in, was it probably your rookie year, 98, and you saw Riedel was on the schedule. And that game certainly lived up to it. If you look back at your Jaguar career, Fred, and you got so many important moments in big games that matter, but when it just came to taking you back down to Belglade, man, and just going old school, does that one stand out? You guys going head to head on that afternoon?
It stands out the most.
Okay.
I would always tell everyone that's my favorite game of all time. I've had some really good games. I can throw the Pittsburgh game in there, Three Rivers.
Sure.
Significance of that. All of the Pittsburgh games, the playoffs, a lot of stuff. But that game versus Tampa, my rookie year, my childhood best friend now, Riedel Anthony, who had left college a year before I did, starting receiver for Tampa. He come out the gate, lit us up. Then I come out, I score, he score, I score, he score. I scored 2 more times for a game winner. But prior to that game, I visited Riedel in Tampa, and he took us over to Warren Sapp's place. We got on Sapp's jet skis, went out of Clearwater Beach.
It's amazing.
And young Freddie, who was looking for a challenge, I told Sapp, who Tampa had one of the top defenses at the time, with Lynch, Sapp, Brooks, Rondé Barber. I told those guys, look, man, I'm going to have 100 yards rushing on you. He said, all right, remember this. You better not don't write a check your ass can't cash. And after the first 2 snaps of the game, he said, I told you that check's going to bounce. I think I had 2 carries for negative.
That's how it works,
7
man.
yards.
Bust a long one and it changes.
And then the rest is history at the end of the day. So we got the last laugh. I got the last laugh, and we kind of kid about it this day.
What is Riedel doing? Is he coaching, or what's he doing?
Riedel's coaching and training athletes, college, pro, high school athletes down there in Tampa.
Gotcha.
So that's what he loves. He loves high school sports. He loves college. He loves all sports. He's considering getting into coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know the next step, but that's what the conversation
Ike's coaching. Ike coaches in the NFL, doesn't he? Ike's a receiver coach.
Ike is now coaching in Atlanta now.
Okay.
He's with Raheem. Coach Morris hired him.
Yep.
He was with Ike's bounced around in coaching. He's with Washington when they were the Redskins and Commanders. I believe he did a short stint in Tampa, and now he's in Atlanta.
That's good stuff. Hey, before we let you go, just a quick thought. One of the things that we have talked about endlessly here, and I'm sure you've been asked about, is play calling. And so as a player, take me through, you had a bunch of different offensive coordinators, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Doug Peterson is really good at it, obviously. Press Taylor, he's trained. It's one of his guys. In Jacksonville, there's a big debate about who should call the plays, and Coach Peterson will not commit one way or the other yet. We kind of think that Press Taylor is going to do it, but we don't know for sure. But you, from your perspective, what makes a good play caller? Tell me about play calling. Tell me about your experiences with offensive coordinators. I would assume with you it was man, Fred's in rhythm. Just keep feeding him the ball. But help me understand it a little bit from your perspective.
They have so many meetings as a staff in a unit, whether it's the entire offensive staff, the head coach and the play caller and the quarterbacks, the play caller and the quarterback's coaches. So they're always in sync with one another in deciding what they're going to do. Different staffs have different I guess they have different final game plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they prep all the entire week, and then at the very end of the week, the play caller has to be comfortable with his script, his opening script. I don't know if they do that under Coach Peterson, but they'll have a top 12, top 15, and then you're able to sort of break away once the script gives you an opportunity. I don't know what they're doing. I just don't know how they do it. I don't know if Coach Peterson looks in and say, you know, this next series, let's try this. Let's look at this if they give us this. You know, so I'm sure they go back and forth. They communicate on those headsets throughout the duration of the game. It's a matter of, man, it's so tough, guys. I mean, because I'm sure they're on the same page. I'm sure they've scripted certain plays versus certain defenses throughout the week, and they all agree that this is going to be amazing. This is what they've shown on film. When we get this look, let's go here. Trevor, let's check here. And that comes through press. It comes through Coach Peterson. It might be a situation where 2 or 3 plays throughout the course of the game would be different, and that's based on instinct. You know, Coach Peterson might have a certain instinct, or he might think, you know, something's coming where he can get ahead of it. It's all chess, right? It's all chess.
For sure.
Whereas press might be a little hesitant. I'm not saying he is,
but he
might be a little hesitant. And if you're, you know, a second behind, then it's going to cause the offense to lose the beat. But again, I'm not in those meeting rooms.
Sure.
I don't know what the final say is at the very end of the week, but I do know that throughout the entire week, it's top down. It's Coach Peterson, the staff watching the tape, the staff going into a huddle and saying, these are the best plays versus these looks, these fronts, these blitzes, these coverages. We all agree to get on the same page and run here, and then go from there. So it's not just one guy. Even on the defensive side, it's not always one guy. The fans see it that way because they say, this is the offensive play caller. He's calling the plays. No, the plays are scripted and diagrammed and set up throughout the week prior to, actually.
As a
it could be 2 or 3 weeks ahead.
As a player, though, was there ever a moment where you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah, about 10 times a game, probably.
You know, we get there as players, but we also have to understand that we have to trust the play caller in good and bad.
Okay.
Because we as players, sometimes we mess up, and we're looking at our teammates like, what the heck are you doing? You know, why can't you block this guy? I want to release on a route. I don't have time to help Chip block for you, but I'll try to get in his way. You got to do the rest. They pay you. They pay me. I got a job to do. You should do your job. So we have those moments, and those moments usually happen, you know, when the frustrations happen throughout the course of the game. You're losing, or a few bad plays happen in a row. And I've been a part of it. Like, holy crap.
Well, and it's the age, too, man. You're young, proud. It ain't me, I know. It doesn't necessarily mean you're completely selfish to think that, but I'm sure that's more just another challenge for coaches and you know, other team members as well. Freddie, as always, we appreciate your perspective. Had a good fun talk this morning. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Thanks, Fred.
I'll see you guys next week, man. Looking forward to it.
All right, awesome. That's our guy. That's the Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor. I'll tell you this, too, Dan. I've been doing this long enough. I'm a little bit cynical. And so if you're the head coach of a football team, right, you build in some insulation, okay? And so the first layer of insulation was I'm going to get rid of the whole defensive staff. You got another layer of insulation if you're Doug Peterson after this year if it goes wrong and you still want to be a head coach. All right, I'll change offensive coordinators. You build insulation, and you don't want that to happen. You know, you want everybody to be great and everything to be productive. I think he really likes Press Taylor. I think Doug Peterson believes Press Taylor's a good, smart football mind. But it don't hurt to have that insulation either.
Did the Jags do enough to improve this roster? Well, we'll get hectic when we return.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
In your car or out of your car.
Get me out of this car.
Take 1010XL with you wherever you go.
We're online and ready.
By downloading our free 1010XL app. Available for all smartphones and tablets.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Rhino Shield, man. Stop paying for exterior paint that does not protect your home or your business. Rhino Shield. Beautiful, durable. Never chips, cracks, or peels. And when I say never, I mean it. They back it up. 25-year warranty. No mold, mildew, or algae growth. No, sir. Water intrusion damage from these crazy storms we get in Northeast Florida does not happen. Fight salt corrosion, Class A fire rating. And guess what? in the end saves you thousands compared to the cost of repainting. And by the way, as we head into summer, 0% financing, new low pricing of up to 25% off, gang. It's never been easier to paint your home with Rhino Shield. Hick, I'm sold. What do I do? Get your free estimate today at rhinoshieldjax.com. Free estimate, book it, rhinoshieldjax.com.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with the best prices and our wow-ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing, and free oil changes with every purchase. You better beat the surge and head to Beaver Toyota St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville for the best car buying experience.
Hey, it's Carline here. Tired of missing out on the conversation due to hearing loss? At Jacksonville Hearing and Balance, their team of audiologists led by Dr. Douglas Green can help you rediscover the joy of connection. Visit jhbi.org today.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
Maybe you've got plumbing problems, like toilets that won't flush, or there's not enough pressure, or you get clogs and stoppage too often.
Ew!
There's several potential causes, and some can't be detected easily. So before it becomes a disaster, call Roland Reich Plumbing. They can send a special video camera down through the lines, since they don't have a small little man, to find the root of the problem, which could be tree roots. Don't guess. Hire Roland Reich Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right. Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boatcierge experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Yo, it's your boy E to the T, and the NBA playoffs are here, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you'll never miss a shot of making that straight cash, homie. You can even live stream and bet on the game right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you'll need to decide. Cash out or let it ride. MyBookie really makes it easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays. And new boosts are now posted on the daily. It's more than just a sports book. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share in all of the sweats. Give yourself a head start today by using promo code 1010XL when you make your first deposit. That's 1010XL to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Now that's what I call hot
quality H2O. If you want high-quality water throughout your home, call your local water boy. We install equipment to solve any water problem. WaterBoyJax.com.
Prosser here for Lifetime Flooring. You've heard us rave about Lifetime Enclosures. Now let's talk about Lifetime Flooring. I can tell you firsthand, the products and services, the best in Jacksonville. As you know, updating your floors is one of the most dramatic changes you can make to your home. Call the experts at Lifetime Flooring now and ask about their buy one room, get one room free promotion through Memorial Day. 0% financing available to meet any budget. Visit their beautiful showroom just off Phillips Highway and tell them Prosser sent you.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I think, number one, we've gotten bigger, just physically bigger, right, with some of the draft picks and undrafted guys and even some of our players coming back. We've gotten bigger. I think speed, we've gotten a tick faster. You know, obviously we know Brian's speed as a wide receiver and some of the DBs now. I mean, we've gotten faster. And then when we put the pads on in July and August, we'll see where we are physically.
See where we are.
I mean, the question was, how have you improved the roster? And the answer I got from my coach was like, we're bigger.
I got the power panel of more than 80 writers, editors, and TV personalities.
We're faster.
We're stacking them up here, 1 to 32.
This isn't the official. Is this our official
ESPN
getting kind of hectic?
Yeah.
All right, so from Tuesday to Monday, we don't care. We'll do it right now.
Do it right here.
Oh, man, you're keeping my guy in his dancing shoes. You need to stop on the way to your exclusive private golf encounter and get some new socks. Or at least let me go to the car and find you a pair of mine. You have, unbeknownst to yourself, worn a pair of socks that you have taken, obviously, to throw balls to the boy king for 1,000 times. E, what about the socks? Can he wear those golfing? He's shaking his head. He's disgusted with you right now. E, what do you think?
WMD, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't care.
I know you don't care about the socks. You're the media mogul.
I am.
Come on, man.
That's unknown. That's getting dressed in the dark thinking you got a good pair of socks. But they have like that dirt stain on the bottom of them, like up to the ankle.
All right, here we go. Number 1.
Oh, what are we doing? We're guessing where the Jags are?
You want to guess?
This is so easy, dude. We're the same in every one. We're 16 or 17.
Exactly.
I don't know which
All right,
one.
go ahead and pick.
I'm going to go 16.
E?
Then I'm out to go.
You could go 15.
Yeah.
Because we're just outside the 14 playoff teams. I see that, which is not a terrible place to be. We're 28th a lot of years. I just want to say at least maintain some.
I'm going 17.
Okay, 16 and 17 hit. Number 1 is, it should be the Chiefs, but who knows? They outthink themselves sometimes.
It is the Chiefs.
Oh, good.
Number 2 is the Niners.
I'm okay with that, too.
Number 3 is the Ravens.
It's pretty clear at this stage, until they prove differently, that the Ravens aren't number 3.
They added a couple corners, Nate Higgins and TJ Tampa.
Yeah, they drafted 2 guys. Those are both rookies.
Yeah.
And the Ravens do it the smart way. They take guys, you look at the consent, they got TJ Tampa, who's like top 40 by most, and they got him 100 and something.
Another team who's number 4 drafted 2 corners too, Terrion Arnold and Ennis Rakestraw Jr., the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
They're number 4.
I think the Eagles may have done that also.
They're number 4, and they're the first team that we play this year in the top rankings.
Oh, but not I just thought you had a schedule.
Number 5 also drafted 2 corners. What is going
the
on
Eagles,
here?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean and Quinn
Well, I
Young
mean, there were
Mitchell.
plenty available because teams like the Jags just said no thanks.
I got the top teams, the 3, 4, and 5, both drafted 2 corners high. Number 6, way too high. Way too high for the Houston Texans. They love the Texans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming, Houston. It's coming.
Let me tell you something. They weren't the big star names. Houston lost 3 or 4 guys on defense they're going to miss now, too. Mm-hmm. I just don't. I appreciate what Houston did last year. I have a complete different memory of the Houston Texans season a year ago than I guess most people do. I remember Houston not as some steamroller. I remember Houston as a team that, in a somewhat important game late against the Jags, they lost at home. I remember them having to rally in the final seconds to beat Denver at home. I remember them going to the Jets and losing 30-6, winning at the Titans by 3, losing at home to the Browns by 14. I just don't know why everyone thinks that C.J. Stroud and the Texans are anything more than what the Jags were last year. Okay.
Number 7, the Miami Dolphins, the Stinkfish.
Okay.
Number 8, let's go Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills.
Certainly
down a few spots, by the way.
Well, they lost all those pass catchers.
Diggs, Poyer,
and Morse.
Number 9, up 2 spots, the Cincinnati Bengals. Number 10, the Green Bay Packers. They made a huge free agent splash with Xavier McKinney, and then they drafted 3 safeties, Javon Bullard, Evan Williams, and Kitten Oladipo, after they moved on from Savage, Owens, and Rudy Ford. Savage now here. Number 11, the Dallas Cowboys. Number 12, the Cleveland Browns. It's getting kind of hectic. It's getting kind of hectic. Let's end this and go to 16 right now. See if Jeff Prosser is a winner. At number 16, the Chicago Bears.
Okay, so he has 17. There must be 7. They could be 15.
Number 17.
It could be 15. We've seen them there outside the playoffs.
The New York Jets.
Oh, man. We're lower than 17? All right, no, they could be 15.
15. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow.
Damn. So what are we?
18?
Number 18.
It's hectic up in here.
The Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, they tried.
Okay, hold on now. Hold on. You know what this means? It means they're better. They're higher than we thought.
Yeah.
They're not below those teams. So what
Number
we
14.
I mean, certainly it's not going to be higher than 14, is it?
The LA Rams.
Bro, they got us deep at like 19.
Number 19.
Dance moves like Charles Barkley golf swing.
Number 19. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I guess they theoretically could be ahead. I don't think we're 20th, dude.
We might be 20.
I don't think the world thinks we're as bad as our own fan base does. I really
13 or 20.
We're not 13.
We ain't 20. There's no way we're 20, dude. Y'all, no. I say 13. We're 9 and 8. We had like the 12th, 13. No. 13's high, though.
Post-free agency ranking, we're...
Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Do this. Because I didn't keep up. Like, go ahead of 13 and tell me how many AFC teams are 1 to 12. If there are 7 ahead of us, then I think we're 13. If there's only 6, then I'm going to say we're 20. You feel me? In other words, I don't think they have us in the top 7 in the AFC. If there's 7 already through 12, then I think we'll be 13.
7.
There's 7 already? I'm going 13. We're not 20. We're 13, which is better, but that's not in the playoffs if there's 7 AFCs. What do you got?
Post-free agency ranking.
Hold on. 13 or 20? What are you going with? You said 20, right?
I
I'm talking you back into it?
Yeah, I got to go 13. We're 9 and 8, man.
Post-free agency ranking, we were 15.
So, okay, 13's closer than 20. We haven't gone down that much.
Number 20 is the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, we're better than the Falcons. 13, huh? Or maybe we're 12. No, we can't be 12. We already went 1 through 12.
We went 1 through 12. Number 13.
That's us, huh?
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, bet.
Wow, finally we get
Most
a little...
improved defensive line, signing Eric Armstead, drafting Mason Smith and Jordan Jefferson, significantly upgrades the D-tackle rotation, should improve the team's run defense. That was one of the biggest problems during the team's 1-5 record over the final 6 weeks. The Jags gave up 44.4 more yards per game rushing in weeks 13 to 18 than they did weeks 1 through 12. Armstead also provides an interior pass rush presence the team lacked last season, in part because of Devon Hamilton's back injury.
Well,
number 13, your Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's good in a lot of ways, but it's also not good enough. That would be 8. 8. On the AFC power rankings, only 7 get in. But still, okay, let's get a momentum.
Worst team in the league?
I mean, we got 32 teams. I got us 13. I'll take that, all things considered. Worst team in the league is indubitably
the Panthers.
The Panthers.
Carolina Panthers.
They're terrible. What an awful team they are. And they're going to be bad for a while because they messed up the quarterback.
Second worst team? This one will surprise you.
The Patriots, then?
No. I think that would be less of a surprise than this team.
Less of a surprise than this one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I hate the Giants, but I think that Giants?
Nope. Patriots are 30. Giants are 28.
Cardinals?
Cardinals are 29.
God, they're telling me there's a team I don't know.
Denver.
Way too low.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Denver almost make the playoffs last year? Didn't they get hot and come all the way back? Didn't Denver 8-9 last year?
They were 27, but they drafted Bo Nix at quarterback, and so they, and they didn't have a lot of
The NFL's
draft
so
picks.
fun, Dan. It's so cool. Like, now we'll get to see what can Sean Payton do with Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, look, did anybody have Brock Purdy? But look what Kyle Shanahan did with him.
Yeah.
Isn't Kyle Shanahan Peyton light? Doesn't Peyton deserve a little bit more expectation than even Kyle Shanahan? I would suggest to you that if Kyle Shanahan and the Niners can get what they've gotten out of Brock Purdy, to not just assume that, well, Bo Nix was fifth best of the rookies and he's not any good and he was overdrafted. I mean, would he be, if he was a fourth rounder and he used him and he was good, would that be better?
Right.
So that's just a fascinating, fun story to watch, and that's one of the great things about the NFL. We find stories and we're educated on stories at every stop, and it's what makes it a fun conversation piece and otherwise.
This is the Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. This is the place for Jaguars football.
Listen to this crowd. How about them Jags?
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Hey, gang, we're certainly facing what I'd like to qualify as interesting economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but for me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with my guys at ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money, gang. I'm not the wisest guy when it comes to investing. I don't know what the difference is between a 401k and a SEP IRA, but do you know who does? The ITP Partners. You know why I know that's true? Because every month I get my little statement and the arrow is up. And the ITP Partners, Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate are the reasons why. And it's not just me. 3 generations of Hickens, friends, family have invested ITP Partners. It ain't cookie cutter stuff. They listen and give us each individualized strategies. Our goals become their priority. And you need something, you call them, they call you right back. Get the game, guys. ITP Partners always there to help. Chris at ITPPartners.com. Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 312-9751, 312-9751. ITP Partners, my financial partners for life.
I'm Charlie P., and I lost 50 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. 2 of my doctors, my general practitioner and my gastroenterologist, both sat me down and had a real heart-to-heart with me that I was not headed in the right direction and said that I need to lose weight. So that's why I thought, now it's time to talk to Awaken 180 because they're going to be the people that are going to be able to help me. And ultimately, my doctor was able to eliminate my diabetic medicine. So I'm off my diabetic medicine and I'm on such a small dosage of my blood pressure medicine that probably the next time I see him, I'll be able to remove that completely as well.
Thanks, Charlie. This is Mike Dempsey. Whether your goal with Awaken 180 is to eliminate medications, improve energy, or increase confidence, I know you'll achieve it with the solution for weight loss. Do what Charlie did, what Matt Hayes, Hacker, and I did. Make the call to Awaken 180 at 844-346-1800 or go online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Make sure your roof is ready for the next Florida storm by scheduling a free roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting. And right now, get 15% off your roof repairs and replacements, plus flexible financing. This offer expires May 31st and restrictions apply. Ensure peace of mind before the next storm hits. Call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Dang, missed the ball, broke the tee. No worries, I'll just go to golf-t-repair.com and get these babies fixed. Oh, and while I'm on the site, I'll check out the Pro Shop with exclusive apparel designed by Jacksonville for local golfers. golf-t-repair.com. Don't forget the hyphens. It's the place for golf stuff.
That's right. I don't want to toot my own horn, but we got a winning entry this weekend on the Underdog Fantasy Champions. You're doggone right we did. That's right. Well, at least somebody used those stats and projections to his favor. Just go higher or lower. Thank you, Jalen Brunson, yesterday for going lower. I like going lower, man, but that's just me. You know what I'm talking about? Underdog Fantasy's back in Florida with champions. I really enjoying the NBA playoffs. You know, just get a little bit of extra interest if you ask me. They got a terrific app. It's easy to navigate. It's pretty simple when it comes to your decisions. Not a lot to think about. You see the stat projections, you go higher or you go lower and can win up to 100 times your investment in one night. Just beat out the pack. It's real simple right now. If you think you have what it takes to become a champion on the Underdog Fantasy app, download the app today. Sign up with promo code PROSSER, and you're going to get a special deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code PROSSER.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time homebuyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time homebuyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time homebuyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. Yes, 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
Whether you're in need of a simple AC repair or it's time to upgrade your HVAC system, Duck Duck Air Conditioning is here to help. Give us a call today to schedule an estimate, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckac.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Veteran wide receiver Jarvis Landry in the Jags rookie minicamp shared his insights on the team's #1 draft pick, Brian Thomas Jr.
Watching him out here and, seeing it firsthand in person, I've seen it on TV a couple times. He's elite.
Our pro teams around the state in the NHL, the Florida Panthers were victorious over the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup playoffs and now lead in the series 3-1. And the New York Yankees powered past the Tampa Bay Rays. Elite Promotions Group announced that the English Premier League teams Wolverhampton Wanderers and the West Ham United will compete in Jacksonville at Everbank Stadium on Saturday, July 27th. The match is part of the Stateside Cup, 3-city tournament to be played over 1 week. Tickets go on sale to the public today. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
All right, let's fire up the All-Pro Roofing hotline. Talk about home game. We got a team that needs to get home for a while. We need some friendly, warm waters off the coast of Florida. That's what we need for our Jacksonville Sharks as we bring in head coach Jason Gibson this morning. Good morning, Coach. How we doing?
Hey guys, morning. What's going on?
Doing good. Obviously, you get back under the friendly confines, and I'm sure that little security blanket you're looking forward to here. I think it's maybe 3 of the next 4 at home. I know you got a home game coming up this week, and your team could use one, right? It has been a brutal start in a new league with a ton of not just road games, but I mean long road trips to boot.
Yeah, no excuses. No excuses. We got to do better. We got to eliminate mistakes, man. That's not Shark football. It's unacceptable. And we got to make those corrections. And we've been in the league long enough now. Now it's just a matter of getting mistake free.
Yeah,
we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We're in these games and we turn around and we get a penalty or we fumble the ball or whatever we do. And when we're all accountable. We're all accountable. It's just,
happened to you
frustrating.
Happened to you in the first half the other day and just got in a hole that you can't climb out of. Especially now that you're in a league where it's not a point a minute all the time.
Yeah, and the games go by so fast. It got to the point you're just chasing points and you're just trying to make things happen as best you can. But 5 of the first 7 on the road, no. It's not easy. Especially it's on it's not easy, and you're playing against really good teams, and I think the combined record's like 33-12 or something. So you're playing the best of the best, and you're playing them on the road. But now we come home. It's the must win. It's no secret about it. We have to win Saturday.
Right.
We got a chance to the back end of the schedule is 6 of 8 at home. We got 9 games left, and we can make the best of it. It's not gone. I've seen this stuff before. The good thing about the league is it's all bundled up. It's all jumbled up. So we're still there in the mix. You're only 2 games out, and nobody's played the teams that we've played. But that doesn't matter. If you
want them playing better, right? You're worried about you at this point. It ain't about the other guys, right?
Exactly. So if we don't make our corrections and practice better and play harder, it doesn't matter who we play. And so that's. In every game, it's the wheels fall off late. So we're trying to solve them, man. I'm excited to be home. I'm excited to be in front of the Shark Tank, in front of the fans.
I hear you.
Get a big win, man. Get a really big win.
Well, you got a home game coming up this weekend. The Sioux Falls Storm will come to town, and the Sharks they've always been good at home. It's a terrific atmosphere down there.
Absolutely.
Go to jacksharks.com and click on the tickets icon there. Get your the phone number as well, and.
They're doing a superhero night. We're wearing, superhero jerseys. It's always one of the better nights. If you look for entertainment, it's always one of the better nights there. We're going to tell you what, we're going to play hard. We're going to play hard. I guarantee that. So things will change. But
I believe you.
904, what's the number? 904-621-0700. Make sure you get your tickets. It's supposed to be a really, really big crowd and excited. Thank you guys for the support.
Yeah, it's a great deal. They got all kinds of ticket specials. You can call, go to Jack Sharks, and we'll see you inside the arena. The Shark Tank coming up this weekend with the Sharks at home against Sioux Falls. All right, Coach. Good luck this weekend. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Guys.
All right,
yes, sir.
There you go. That's Jason Gibson, head coach of the Jacksonville Sharks.
I have no problem with a lot of the hoopla surrounding the Bronny James stuff, but he gets to go to the
if I were the Hawks in a year where there is no bona fide number 1 pick, I would certainly reach out to LeBron and say, if we take Bronny number 1, will you come play for us for 3 years?
Yeah.
Is that worth it if you're an NBA team? You're a team like Atlanta?
Yes.
Why not?
Why not?
Isn't LeBron right now better than anyone coming in the draft? I mean, really, you're picking LeBron number 1 again.
Yeah.
Now, the part of it is I don't think LeBron and Bronny want to be handed that. That's got a terrible implication for your whole career. Daddy got you drafted number 1.
That would be a bad look.
It's a terrible look.
It would be cut up.
But in a world, if you're asking me as a Hawks fan, would you take Alex Sarr number 1, or would you take Bronny knowing you'd get LeBron? I'd take LeBron running.
Yeah. So they have that. What do they call that? Where all the draft prospects go to this in Chicago?
Combine.
Isn't it in Chicago?
It's a combine.
Yeah.
Say they call it the same thing. Yeah.
And honestly, he shouldn't be invited to that, but he gets an invite to that now because of who he is.
He should go back to college for a couple of years. Is what he should do.
Yeah.
Don't rush into the G League. You're never going to play in this league.
And, his agent is telling, who, by the way, is Rich Paul.
Well, of course.
Who would never represent him if he would.
Did they marry?
No, I don't
he
think
and Adele?
So. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't value a young player getting into the lottery as much as I do getting him in the right team in the right developmental situation.
Developmental situation is playing at USC another couple of years. Although their coach left, Enfield.
Well, he's in the portal too. If you can play, you can play though. In the NBA.
Correct.
You don't have to get. Sometimes you get in a bad situation. I get it, but this is just
like the guy that the Hawks that they say will be the number 1 pick. He's played in the G League 2 years in a row already.
Oh, he is.
He played in that overtime elite guy. Yeah, he's played in the.
Is he done? Is he put
up big numbers? He averaged 9 points and 6 rebounds. Ooh. Again, it's so Atlanta, man. The year that you defy the odds, a 3% chance, and get the number 1 pick, there's no number 1 pick. Gosh, it's so Atlanta. I came up with, like I said earlier today, all kinds of suggestions. Number 1, can I trade it to the Mavs for Luka? Can I just draft Caitlin Clark? Can I take Bronny and get LeBron with him? I mean, I'm building around Trae Young. What kind of sandcastle is that? Here comes a wave. Hey, Hawks brass.
Right.
Have you not figured out building around Trae Young is not a good strategy?
Right.
Trade Trae Young, and I for something, I would trade this pick for a player. It looks like a terrible draft, Dan. Okay, hold on. It's not that it looks like a terrible draft. It looks like a terrible year to have the number 1 pick.
I'm watching Walter Clayton. He's bombing threes at
the Combine?
At G League Elite Camp.
That's bad news.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't want that. Walter, we want you to come back. But we'll see what happens there. Yeah.
Yeah, I would, yeah. So, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would seriously ask LeBron. I don't know about the implication, or would you feel bad? But we will take Bronny number 1, or
do it.
or cut a deal and then trade out of the number 1 spot. But the problem is, it's not even attractive, Dan. Like no one would trade up from 6 to 1 to get X player because there is no X player.
Right.
So you can't. It's got no value. It's like the least value. I wonder where, as we get closer to the draft, this story will be written. When's the last time we had a least valuable number 1 pick? Like going into the draft. When's the last year the value of that pick was this low? If you go by just who the number 1 pick is, it's been at least a while. Wembanyama better than this. Boncaro better than this. Kate Cunningham better than this. Anthony Edwards better than this. Zion Williamson better than this. I'd say even DeAndre Ayton was more accomplished in a higher. You got to go to Markelle Fultz.
Yeah.
Yeah, Markelle Fultz.
And by the way, who was in that draft? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they took Markelle Fultz. They could have taken Jason Tatum. They could have taken De'Aaron Fox. Could have taken Lauri Markkanen. You could have taken Bam Adebayo. Could have taken Donovan Mitchell.
Doesn't seem like there are a lot of those guys either.
That's what I mean.
Like the number 2 guy I saw in one mock draft.
It's another French guy.
No, not the one I saw.
Connect?
No, the UConn kid.
Yeah, Klingon.
No.
Oh, the other Castle.
Yeah.
I know all these guys now because I've done a deep dive real quick.
No. Castle was okay.
Yeah, but this is where you got to have the foresight, though. You got to see.
And I guess
see what it gets.
And I guess the Kentucky guy, not Shepard, but the other guy, Dillingham.
Yeah, that's what I told you.
You're projecting him as like
the 3rd or 4th
Shea
pick.
Gilgeous or De'Aaron Fox. By the way,
but here's the problem with Atlanta. They got DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. They can't take that guy.
I'm not
and let me tell you, if you draft Reed Shepard or Dalton Connect in the top 5, you're so stupid. I can't deal with you. There's 100. Let me tell you who Reed Shepard is. He's Dante DiVincenzo. You get him everywhere, though. Dante. There's 100 of them. He's Grayson Allen. He's not the number 3 pick.
Yeah, it's
And Connect, I think that athleticism will get. What happened to? He'll get exposed.
Who?
Connect. I don't think he's athletic enough against the NBA 6'8" guys. They're a little quicker.
How big is Luka?
Luka's 6'9".
Okay.
Luka's so much more skilled, though. I mean,
I know.
Yeah, I hear you. There's no. Congratulations to your Knicks. That was actually a pretty good draft, the Fultz draft.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Lonzo Ball. Now, granted, he got hurt, so he hadn't played. But you got Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Jonathan Isaac, not terrible for the Magic, Lauri Markkanen, and then you went with the always Frank Nicolina. Tilakina, yeah.
Phil, that was Phil's pick.
You went right after him was Dennis Smith Jr., who you wanted so bad you ultimately traded for.
Yeah, he didn't work.
And then 4 picks later, the New Yorker himself, Donovan Mitchell, went.
Yeah.
And then you could have got Bam Adebayo after that.
Oh, dear.
Even John Collins that draft.
That wasn't this regime. That was
it doesn't matter. I'm just talking about how they, if in the NFL, this would come up 3 times a year. Look at this draft.
All right, you NBA guys, I gotta throw something at you. and again, it's not fair because I've only watched one game, right? And I think he's a really good player. But
Marcel has texted into the text line. I'm going to interrupt you real quickly. Sharks having superhero night. Is E going to go as hamstring man? Oh! Shots fired. Now, the guy signed it, Marcel. I don't know if it's actually Marcel, but it may have been. You would know. Is this Marcel's number?
I got to look.
Man, that was weak.
I don't know. It was a shot. I definitely had to bring it to your attention in case you missed it.
He runs around out there on the
Sharks having superhero night. Is E going to go as hamstring man? What does that even mean?
E, your thoughts?
Whoever sent that in, you come see me. How about that?
Oh, E gets a little riled every now and then.
Mr. 10 is named Dalton Connect Whitey McBuckets. Not sure if that's appropriate or not, but Whitey McBuckets.
All right, here's my question. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There seemed to be a bit of an outrage by some of the dudes about him not being MVP.
What?
Yeah.
That's silly.
Shaq, including Shaq.
Well, they're okay.
I don't think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shaq is jealous of Jokic.
Okay. E, am I wrong?
Shai was not the MVP.
He wasn't. If he was, you could make a debate, but he's not clear-cut MVP.
No, it's definitely not clear-cut.
Okay, all right.
There is a debate, but it's not clear-cut. Shai got robbed. No.
Okay.
Well, did Shai get robbed any more than
others?
Anthony Edwards. There was a third guy though. There was three of them. It was who am I leaving out? There were three. There were three that they were throwing around. Luka. Luka was the third. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say Brunson, but he was fifth. He came in fifth.
No, the big one with Brunson is not putting him on that
Olympic team.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's weak.
That's because they want all the old guys one more time. Hey, KD, we're not going to need you. Go ahead and take the summer off. I mean, I get LeBron, but come on, man.
Kyrie should be on there, too.
Huh?
Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie. Well, if Kyrie's head's right, yeah. But he's kind of a nut job, too, at times. But he's been
well, the thing about Kyrie, when Kyrie is focused and he wants to.
Kyrie even referred to what Josh Hart said the other day and said that's exactly right. And it was like, good for you, Kyrie.
What was Hart talking about?
He was just talking because Hart plays every second of every game.
Yeah.
And they're all like, you're going to be tired. You're going to be tired. Because, man, dudes work 12 hours a day. Those guys are tired. We're getting paid to play a game that we love.
You know, we have very quietly right up the road here, we have a simmering teapot that's going on in the sports world, and it's right in our own backyard.
Simmering teapot?
We do. It's at Amelia Island. You know what's going on? The annual ACC spring meetings begin today.
Oh, that's going to be dicey.
There's no way to avoid what is the biggest story, and that's the long-term future. Clemson and FSU are not much longer.
Are they showing up to the meetings?
I don't know. I would think so. Right now, the two are embroiled in lawsuits over the grant of rights agreement that keeps the ACC schools in a TV contract, an agreement those two schools argue is no longer financially competitive. I think Clemson and FSU have an argument now against the ACC because of the malfeasance that the conference has displayed in their roles of expansion.
Mm-hmm.
The ACC, Dan, would have been better with Cincinnati and UCF than SMU and whoever they got.
Oh, yeah.
They're terrible. The ACC stinks.
Oh, dear.
The whoever, all y'all down there, if you're piping us in up at Amelia Island, man, I don't know how much they're paying you, but you really should give some back. Whatever suits are filing into the ballrooms up there, y'all are terrible. And you have let every conference in America blow by you. Nice job. This all started with the ridiculous first round of expansion when the ACC thought reason to get the Pitts and Syracuses of the world. Let's go get Boston College. That makes sense.
Hey, one other question before we head to break.
So anyway, during all these, you're going to hear some of the, you're going to just hear, they will be at the meetings participating in the agenda. That includes discussions about the college football playoff and the revenue distribution. I think the only way the ACC keeps them is if they just tell, if these teams go and win, the rest of you don't get any. Sorry. Do better.
I have one football question.
Okay.
College football. If you're Florida or whoever, where would you stand on Cormani McClain? Would you take him?
I would not.
Why?
Because he's been an abject disaster as both a player and a personality.
Freshman.
Okay.
Extremely talented. Can you afford to not take him if you're Florida?
Pro Football Focus graded 471 cornerbacks last year. He graded 445. I don't know if he's extremely talented. He was a good high school player that went to a perfect situation with Dion. Should have played with Travis Hunter and Shador and been a part of their storyline, and he couldn't get on the field. I think Dion would play him if he were good, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, not if he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, apparently. But I'm just curious. I don't know. I think there's a pro and con on that one. It'd be interesting to see it. I'd read a little bit about that, and I was curious if Florida would take him if they could. All right, let's take a break. We'll keep it rolling. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Satisfy your need for speed. Look at this! Whoa! It's NASCAR's All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro Speedway, Sunday night. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234 on your NASCAR station, 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. May is Healthy Vision Month, folks, and it's time to put your eye health front and center. If you haven't had a comprehensive dilated eye exam in a while, what a great time to schedule one with Bowden Eye. Comprehensive dilated eye exam is the best way to check for common eye problems, even if you haven't noticed any symptoms. You detect signs of eye diseases like glaucoma, diabetic eye disease, age-related macular degeneration. All you got to do is call or visit BowdenEye.com and schedule your consultation. Bowden Eye & Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Ante up and swing for the greens. Best Bet St. Augustine is giving away a brand new golf cart and cash prizes during our Fairways to Fortune promotion. Now to July 26th. Every hour of poker and table games played at Best Bet St. Augustine earns you a chance to win over $30,000 in prizes, including a top-of-the-line golf cart that seats 6. Visit bestbetjacks.com for details. That's bestbetjacks.com. And we'll see you in St. Augustine.
Your home value is way up, and you can use that money right now. Pay off credit cards, remodel your house, both, whatever you want. Prosser here for Loan Pronto. Loan Pronto can convert that home equity into cash in as little as 2 weeks with no cost to you and zero hassle. Mike and Joan in Ponte Vedra called Loan Pronto. They did a Loan Pronto zero-cost cash-out refi. They got a check for $100,000, used $50 to pay off all their credit cards and a car loan, and used the other $50 to upgrade their master bath and kitchen. They locked in new APR in the 2s and lowered their total monthly bills by hundreds of dollars. Hello? What are you waiting on? Call Loan Pronto now. Convert your home value into cash and put that money to good use. Do it now, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645. 354-5645.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm so grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. If you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res. Because right now you get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Sometimes the most important position in sports needs a translator.
I'm Denny Thompson, and they call me the quarterback whisperer.
He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet.
Big Chief Tire guarantees quality service at every visit. Frank Frangie here. Right now, take $50 off a new set of tires to stay worry-free on the road. Plus, with Big Chief's Tire Protection Plan, you can enjoy free tire repairs and replacements for up to 3 years. Don't let worn-out tires slow you down. Stop by Big Chief and experience the difference today. Visit BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule an appointment at one of their 5 locations. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, an avocado consultant from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Dave Ortega. Okay, Dave, here's your question. Your house is not bad in the morning, but by the afternoon, your AC can barely keep up, even with the curtains closed. What do you do?
Can I buy a valve?
Not that kind of show, Dave.
Can I spin the wheel?
Yeah, we don't even have a wheel, Dave.
Can I phone a friend? Oh, can I call Bueller?
That's right, Dave. Call Bueller Air and Plumbing to assess your home's airflow and sunlight patterns and let us optimize your air conditioning so that you are cool.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, you gotta get out more, Dave.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey here for Pella Windows and Doors. Look, obviously the warmer temperatures are already here. And if you're like me, you want that oppressive Florida heat to stay outside your house. That's why I'm such a fan of Pella Windows and Doors. By now we know that windows are the #1 way that heat gets in and the cold gets out. So when you're ready for the stylish design and energy efficiency that comes from Pella Windows and Doors, visit their showroom on Phillips Highway, just north of Bay Meadows, or you can always find them online at PellaJacks.com. That's Pella Windows and Doors.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Back. Welcome back to the program on a Monday. If you missed it late Friday night, or Saturday night even, I'm telling you, man, we have a unbelievable high school game set up for baseball for the right to go to the Final Four coming up because #1 team in the state was Pensacola Catholic.
Okay.
And they were like 26-2. They'd won, I don't know the record. They'd won 23 games in a row. All right.
Okay.
They're hosting Bishop Snyder.
Okay. It's got the kid who had the game last week. But did he? Well, he wasn't able to pitch.
He can't pitch.
Right.
So they have another kid who's, I think, a sophomore. I think he's a Tennessee commit. He's a good player, but he has not. Anyway, he goes out there and they scratch across a couple runs and he makes it hold up through 6 innings. So it's 2-0 going to the last inning, going to the 7th. All right, at Pensacola Catholic, and it's like, I'm telling you what, man. You know, Pensacola Catholic's going to do everything they can to scratch out a couple runs. And, I mean, it is high drama. He's Osbeck's bringing in pitcher after pitcher. We got, like, a wild pitch. We get the bases loaded. They score a run. They score another run. We change a guy. 2 different pitching changes. Kid gets the 3rd out, ground out back to the pitcher, throws him out of first. 2-2 going to extra innings now.
And Snyder is the road team.
Snyder's the road team. All the momentum is now with Pensacola Catholic. Okay, the big boys have flexed their muscle. They're going to finish off little old Bishop Snyder. So we go to the top of the 8th. Bishop Snyder just explodes they're walking guys. They get 3 runs, 5-2. Thank God. All we need is 3 outs. But we're probably down on pitching. We've used a lot of guys here. And, you know, pitching staffs are not huge in high school, so it's always a little dicey. Well, they get 1 out. They get 2 outs. Nobody on 2 outs. 5-2. They proceed. Pensacola Catholic then proceeds to load the bases. Now think about this. This 2 outs. Your season's on the line. Batter after batter after batter after batter coming through. They with 2 outs, nobody on, they get 3 runs.
Tie the game.
Tie the game again.
Oh, my gosh.
So we go to another inning.
Oh, man, that's brutal.
Yeah. Finally, Snyder scratches 1 across in the next inning. It's 6-5, okay?
Okay, so they got the lead again.
Unbelievable. And so 1 out, 2 outs. And Pensacola Catholic then with 2 outs. Again, loads up the bases. 2 outs. Guy pops up to first base. Snyder wins.
Wow. I'm glad I wasn't positive because you never know. I'm glad we ended with the local team winning.
Absolutely.
I wasn't positive.
What this sets us up for now is Aiden King,
all right,
who struck out 20 his last time out against Providence of 21, on the bump tomorrow night at Trinity Christian, at Johnny Murphy's Trinity Christian team, who's been hailed as one of the best teams in the state, for a right to go to just the Final Four. Trinity Christian battled Bowles and beat them Saturday night as well. So they are now in the regional final against Bishop Snyder, all local.
The Blue Devils won, too.
And, yeah, shout out to the Clay Blue Devils, who are now 1 win away. And so is Creekside and St. John's Country Day. And if I'm missing anybody else, I apologize.
But no one's to the 4 yet.
No, these are all these games tonight and tomorrow.
They're all Elite 8 or some of the bigger ones in 16 still?
No, we're now into the Final Four.
And we have how many? So we can have 6 or 8 then going to the Final Four? Local?
Well, we got St. John's Country Day. We got the winner of Trinity Bishop Snyder.
Okay, well, I'm going to count 2, though, because one of them will.
We've got
Creekside, you said?
Creekside and Clay.
So 5.
So
5 are alive. But
one of those 5 are alive.
1 will eliminate
and I may
each
be
other.
leaving somebody out. If I am, I apologize. Maybe. It's hard.
That happens.
But anyway, just that was an incredible. I mean, listen, you're out on the road. It's packed house. For those guys, what a bus ride home that must have been, man. They must have been joyous.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
How fun that is.
Can you imagine losing that game and driving home?
Brutal.
I lived in Puerto Rico.
But what you do is, as a parent, you think about every kid up there with, your season on the line.
Could be career on the line.
Yeah.
I can remember in Puerto Rico, most of our sporting game, most of our games were, within the San Juan metro area, but we had a couple teams like from the Air Force Base on the other side of the island. It's only like 40 miles, but because of the infrastructure, it'd take you like 5 hours to get there.
Right.
You go up all through the mountains and over. And that was always, and we'd have to go over there and play Ramey Air Force Base. We'd play them 3 times a year in 3 different sports. I don't remember having to come back after a loss. That would have been brutal if so, though.
Brutal.
And that's about the same coming from the Panhandle to here.
One other thing, we had a situation yesterday, Mother's Day situation.
What do you mean?
Well, wife shook me at early Sunday morning. Something's wrong with the dog.
Uh-oh.
I'm taking him in.
What?
Oh, no. So the little rock dog, has got something disgusting going on with him, and it's not good. He's shaking, and he's sick. And so
maybe he ate a poison toad.
It's coming on the backside. So we got to get him to urgent care. Go down there to urgent care. And the phone call I get on Sunday morning, Mother's Day Sunday morning, which also happened to double as a day of celebration for me.
Boy, you want to talk about that? That is one of the biggest losses of the year. Your birthday falls on Mother's Day.
Yeah, lost in the shuffle. It's okay.
Beyond lost in the shuffle. And it's on a Sunday, so you don't really get the proper love at work and other places you should.
It was fine. When you get this old, it doesn't matter as much.
Well, that's fair.
But anyway.
Did you get a good gift?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Yeah, you didn't give the gift rundown this year.
I told you I was going for golf shirts. This is one of them. I'm wearing I'm sporting got some golf shirts, some new threads.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, I get the call from the missus, 8:30 in the morning. She's down there with the dog.
She's taking the dog. Oh, I thought you said okay.
No, she took the dog. I said, "Do you want me to take the dog?" She said, "No, I got it."
Okay.
She doesn't trust me. She knows I might make bad decision.
How
much?
Put him down. For sure. There's a price point.
How much?
Like if you take the dog down there and they say, okay, $180, he's good to go. Okay. And they say $1,412. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So
I'd pull the plug, Doc.
We had to. Then I got the news. They're going to need to sedate him.
Okay. What do they have to do? Some sort of sphincter surgery?
Yeah. Drain it. Lance it.
What does he have, like those pouches and stuff?
I don't know.
I mean, you didn't get any answers.
I don't want to know. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, he came back.
Some people have to have, they come in and they pop their anal glands.
Oh,
and it's just like a disgusting smell, apparently.
Oh, yeah. The dog.
If I had a dog like that, again, I'd get rid of it. I'm not having a dog that the anal glands need to be popped.
Yeah. So
What is that?
So we get the phone call. I, of course, have to be the
rock
man of reason. How much?
How much? Yeah, what was the answer?
Not as bad, but not as good as.
Yeah.
Not as bad as the
Is it
second
bad?
number, but worse than the first number.
Was it high enough that you balance it?
It was
against what's it called when you have put down? What's it called?
Euthanize.
Did you balance it versus the cost of euthanasia?
No.
Yeah, because that should come in play at that point. There's a price point where it comes into play.
I knew on this Mother's Day.
If it's more than $300 more than just having the dog put down.
This was not a good situation.
You just have it put down.
This was not a good situation on
How
Mother's
old is?
Day.
And I say this.
Dog's young. He's like 8. And he's a
he
little
is?
dog.
Oh, I thought he was 15. Never mind.
No,
I wouldn't joke as much.
Dog will
I knew
live
he
a
was
healthy
8.
life.
Okay,
He's fine.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought he was older.
But he comes back home. He's miserable. He's got the cone of concern around the neck.
They don't want him chewing on his swollen anus.
Yes. So he
tasty.
So yeah. So now you got to remember too.
God bless the dog finds his anus tasty. Those dogs are something else.
You also got to remember too that the son had surgery a week ago, so he's basically under care as well. So now she's got both of her boys under care, the dog and the son.
Two handicaps.
Yeah, I think she was more worried about the dog, quite frankly, but that's okay. She loves that dog. So anyway, all's well that ends well. It didn't break the bank. The dog's alive. My only question, I'm not going to tell you where this was. It was fine, but I go down there. They say the dog's ready. When they tell you the dog's ready, you get there. The dog needs to be ready. Not sitting there for 30-plus minutes waiting for the dog. I'm getting a little punchy at that point, Pras. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
If they tell you the dog's ready and you come down to get the dog because the dog's ready, shouldn't they have the dog ready or no? And I understand there's medical emergencies and such, but, give me the dog. The dog's ready. I don't, because I got cats and stuff in there and I'm getting stuffed up. I got to get out of there. I say, I'll go outside and wait. Tell me when the dog's ready. I'll come get the dog. So that's what we had to do. Is that fair or no?
Valid.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's take a break. We'll make the turn for home next on The Drill.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Follow golf's best players and compete against 1010XL and the rest of Duval in fantasy golf. Brought to you by MyBookie and Pella Windows and Doors. Win $1,000 of jewelry from Beard's Diamonds. Enter at 1010XL.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hicken here. May is Healthy Vision Month, folks, so it's time to put your eye health front and center. If you haven't had a comprehensive dilated eye exam in a while, now's the perfect time to schedule one with Bowden Eye. A comprehensive dilated eye exam is the best way to check for common eye problems, even if you haven't noticed any symptoms. Detect signs of eye diseases like glaucoma, diabetic eye disease, and age-related macular degeneration. Call or visit BowdenEye.com to schedule your consultation. Bowden Eye & Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Exciting news from All Pro Roofing. Effective right now, you can get an instant roof quote. Just click the Instant Roof Quote tab on their website. Whether you're in need of roofing, exterior siding, or windows, All Pro Roofing is your local partner for quality craftsmanship. Click the Instant Roof tab and voila! Get an instant quote. It's that simple. Click on the Instant Roof Quote tab today at allproroofingllc.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
If you're an experienced, skilled plumber or welder that's MedGas certified and you're tired of working for a company that just doesn't treat you right, Local 234 is the place for you. Their pay is the best in the business. You'll walk away with $35.09 an hour in your pocket. With benefits that's just over $50 an hour. Local 234 has been around since 1901, and that means something. Visit UA234.com to send your resume. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 13, 2007, at the PGA Players Championship, American Phil Mickelson won by 2 strokes ahead of Sergio Garcia.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time homebuyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time homebuyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time homebuyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. That's 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes with an opportunity for you. The opportunity to lose 40 pounds by the 4th. Yep, 40 pounds. I lost my 40 with Awaken 180 in just 9 weeks, and Hacker's closing in on 60 pounds. And he's just getting started. Real attainable goals at awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I recently watched Bye Bye Barry, and I can tell you this, man, it made me have an appreciation even more for the game and what's going on in this Hall of Fame stuff. I don't care what happened. Like, my perspective, I don't care what happened. I think it's a great honor, but I have zero control of it. And I've always said God's timing is the best. And I think God has led me down the road to say, it's all good. I had a hell of a career, and the rest is all good.
All good indeed. Fred was a lot like Barry in one respect. The first time they stepped on a football field in the NFL, they were both really good.
Yeah,
right off the rip.
They were also those big play guys. They'll go, might be 8 carries for 14 yards, and then you'll look up and they're 12 carries for 96 because they'll bust off a couple of big ones.
Now Barry was elite of the elite of the elite.
Yeah. He's right. As great as Fred was, that's a different animal there.
Fred was 200 28 pounds.
There are people suggesting that the dog was just further payback for a cutting of the seatbelt, which also cost you.
Oh, yeah.
So you needed to win your first half of the fantasy golf just to break even. So that makes me feel better as I leave today.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Yeah, so, I mean, between the dog's swollen anal glands and the...
Times are tough.
Yeah, and the seatbelt, which you guys just absolutely choked and panicked and cut.
Yeah, that was
if you'd have known that was going to be as much as it was. All right, I also want to get this from you. Because, I feel like we just glossed over it all day. And you know where I am on mine. I will ride a wave of cynicism and frustration, and then optimism from time to time with my baseball team. I'm just curious where you are with your baseball team. Like, my analysis is, gosh, some of these hitters that look like they had something a few years ago have gone the other way. You seem a really poor offensive team. Is that accurate?
Yes.
The pitching is not great either, but not terrible.
Been okay. I like.
Thought the young kid pitched pretty good.
He's good. He's going to be.
Did you say he's a Gator?
Yeah, but you can't get carried away. Like, he's a number 3 guy.
No, yeah, for sure.
Maybe.
Do you have pitchers that are? Do you have pitchers that are hurt, or no? This is your staff.
Just Kodai.
Singa, yeah.
Yeah, we need Kodai.
And he's good. He's your best one, isn't he?
Yeah, he's our best one.
And then Severino pitched what, yesterday?
Yeah, he's pitching well. He's been pitching well. He's been pitching fine. Manea's been okay. They're all okay, man. They're all 5-6 inning guys. And
you're around 500. Where are you?
Games.
Do you want or do you look for see where you're at? You want your team to make a couple moves and try and compete?
I'll just say
this.
Like,
we watched Arizona last year, Dan. There's times you could have picked up Arizona. They'd have been sub 500.
I watched them at sweep Arizona out there.
That's what I'm just saying. You got to put. You can't give up, and you can't.
I'm not giving up.
Sometimes going into the postseason, these teams catch.
But I do have. I do have this.
If the Mets are just out of you're a game out of the playoff wild card.
We're fine. But we're not good.
No,
and you know what? We're not Arizona. We're not going to get on a run. But anyway,
you can go get guys.
This is the proclamation that has that I've sort of done a 180 on.
No funeral though.
No. I think we can compete, hang around to a point. We got the Phillies now for 4, I think.
Go to get busy with them.
The word is Joel Sherman told me that Pete did turn down 7 for 158, and if that's the case, then we're going to have to trade him. Because I don't understand I love Pete. I love Pete.
What are the big guys making? $30 million? Is that the top right now?
First baseman guys.
What are the top paid players in Major League Baseball?
You'd have to look it up. Ohtani. What's he making? $60 million a year?
I mean, Pete, that's 20-something million only. He's worth more than that?
No.
He's not.
He's
25 million
of what Freddie and Goldschmidt and those guys are getting.
Yeah.
He's 31 years old.
Pete's 31.
30 or 31,
wow.
Yeah. So I love Pete, man. And 7 for 158. You want to boost it up to 7, 178. That's fine, but 7 is plenty. I'm not going more than. And I don't know that do you think he'll get more than that on the open market?
Some idiot team might, but I wouldn't because he's also a one-trick pony. He's a power hitter. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I love him. He's
not a great defender, not an average guy.
He's a 40 home run a year guy, which don't grow on trees, man. I would love him to stay.
He's more Adam Duvall than he is Shohei Ohtani.
And if he hits another, like he did 220 last year, if he does 220, I'm changing my opinion slowly on that part, and I love the guy. I love him. He's brought us a lot of joy, and I hope they work it out. But he's not Aaron Judge, so... All right, we're done. We got to get out of here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us on a Monday, Super Tuesday tomorrow. Jaguars today, Mike and Tony coming up next.
Spend
the Monday morning quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic.